All right. Game starts in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Bazinga.
Ha.
Mods, rip this guy's balls off.
Yeah, that's going in.
You know, you could also use the personal favorite of mine. You could threaten to rip open his ball sack like a bag of Doritos.
Jesus.
Oh no.
I heard that in
Mods,
this video.
remove one electron from each of his atoms.
What would that even do to a person?
Full molecular collapse.
I believe it. That too.
Fair enough.
Mr. Electro, send him to the principal's office and have him atomized.
All right, let's get started. Welcome to Fate Prism TTRPG. This is session number 14, and if you haven't noticed yet, our roster has had a slight update.
I see no differences here.
Of course you don't. My name is Nanashi, I'll be your DM for the evening, and joining me is our usual members, AI Ignister,
Hello.
Atlas Core,
It's me.
Raven Soul,
Hello.
and a brand new table attendant, Suba.
Best to ever do it.
So you may have noticed that Zivith is not with us again today, and unfortunately it's because we've had to make the difficult decision to have him step down from the game. I won't go into great detail as why he will be missed, but we are not going to just straight up retire his character. We're going to turn it into a pseudo-interactive NPC that will help from the background and sidelines in meaningful ways without being too DM controlled.
Yep.
Chimo's going off on her own in the world. We're so proud of her.
You know, now that I think about it, Chimo always was a bit of a solitary soldier type, so I guess it makes sense.
Yep.
Alright, so let's go ahead and just do a quick recap. Last session, you guys were given a task with Chimo as your front runner to look into a brand new business that opened up that was putting our usual potion seller out of business, which you guys were more than enthusiastic to get involved with because you wanted to save the little goober geckos.
Yep.
Indeed.
You guys hopped around quite a bit until you found out that the base of operations was not only being ran by Lucky, the asshole ram man, but that it was being done out of the base of the post office. You went there and broke it up, but you also met a man by the name of Ace, who tried to stop you. And he managed to get away with an armload of potions, but as far as everyone can see, you did manage to save most of them.
You reflected my rider kick. I'm so mad.
I mean, I shot him in the ankles, so, like...
Yeah, you got a tracker dart on him.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's not like he's going to get away completely cleanly. And at the very tail end of it all, the Thunder Force showed up, and you dropped the bombshell of information that you believe that Ace is 3rd Commander Harkin. And they said they were going to investigate.
I mean, there's so many coincidences that led me to that conclusion. Especially with the forged document.
I think with the information I have, I can't come to a definitive conclusion whether or not they are guilty.
I already like you. I already like you.
With the limited information I have, I can confirm that I know absolutely nothing.
Limited
The
information.
information I have now, hang that man. I got a rope right here.
Jesus.
Oh, you're gonna be a fun one.
Oh yeah. If he decides to stick around for the rest of the game, this is going to be quite fun.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive back into the game. It's been about a minute or two since everybody showed up and started getting everything cleaned up. An ambulance has pulled out right in front of the post office to help get all the employees of the post office down to the hospital and get them looked into. Because in addition to the couple of them being assaulted, all of them were exhausted beyond the ability to function normally, as was indicated by the mountain of empty energy drink cans.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, though, while you guys are being surrounded and talked to by the members of the Thunder Force trying to get heads or tails out of the story, someone taps on Barry's shoulder.
Damn, they can reach that high?
Fine. Did you want me to have them touch your side or your arm?
Have him, like, jab him in the kidney.
This. Barry will turn around to look at the individual.
From behind you, a familiar face, Celina the Binturong woman from the satellite domain, has shown up in a professional blue suit, press pass around her neck, and notepad in hand.
A what now, woman?
The Binturong woman.
So wasn't this the news
What is
report?
that?
That's the one.
Oh, Suba. Yes, I'm not the only one that didn't know what a binturong was.
I'm too European for this shit.
Dude, I'm American. I still think I had no idea what a binturong is, and Anashi explained it.
It's basically a cat badger. It's kind of adorable.
I see. So, editor, this is the part where you put an image of a binturong on the screen?
Oh, I am definitely... Hell, I'm going to send you an image of a Binturong just so you see what it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just looked up the image.
I love how you say editor as if the editor isn't also Nanashi.
No, that's
Yeah,
totally a different person.
Yeah, I record and edit my own videos completely on my own.
Also, I'm trying to remember, wasn't it just...
Oh my goodness.
I don't think it was Barry that met her. I think that was one of the other goobers, because we were all kind of doing our own thing when we went to the Pink Domain.
Well, at the end of it, she tried to interview... She actually... Nope, you're right. I think you're right. You wouldn't know that. She would recognize the other members of your party, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
the thing
Barry was raiding the buffet table, and she talked to Joseph at the bar. I think it was.
No, she talked to Ignis. Her cameraman assistant talked to Joseph.
Okay. Gotcha.
Speaking of which, he's there as well, but the important person here is Celina, and she smirks at all of you. Well, there's some familiar faces. Haven't seen you since the shindig at Miranda's. Still stirring up trouble, I see?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we don't stir up the trouble finds us.
So I've noticed. Now, I need an account from an eyewitness, and all the postal workers are either unconscious or on their way to the hospital, so you guys care to explain what happened?
Barry, you want to explain this?
Barry's like, yes, but let me get a quick sidebar with my companions first. Barry will Barry will just kind of turn around and like bring it onto a huddle. It's like, listen, I don't know how much of this really needs to get out right now, especially what with Hawken being the suspect for the Thunder Force prison. I think that news getting out could be rather disastrous if not handled correctly. So,
well, if the news vultures are anything like back off the island, they'll probably find out some way or another. But just lead with what went on with the potion thievery, and then just how we intercepted the culprit here. Don't need to get into too much detail, just give them the summary.
Jensen and Valios approach your group hearing what you're talking about, and they chime in a little bit. Maybe it would be for the best if you just leave the part about Harkin out. I think it'll be okay if you share anything else, just until we do our own investigation, we don't want this information getting out.
Barry nods like, yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The island is already in a lot of distress as it currently is, what with all the other stuff going on.
The vast majority of it being Marauder related.
And also, well, the gold dust fuckery.
Which is also Morana related.
Could have expanded more for all we know.
Valios reaches over and taps Chimo's shoulder. You need to come with us. We need to create our own individual file, and you being a direct eyewitness is going to be our best information source, since you're actually with the Thunder Force. So she's going to walk away with them, and the three of you are going to deal with Celina.
Barry's gonna turn back around, and he's gonna start getting into his, dealing with the public tone of voice. All right, so listen here. What had happened was we was assisting the Thunder Force with this investigation on a underground potion selling business that started up recently. Not everything was on the up and up. We managed to track the business down here and found out it was Morana ran. So there you go. Pretty short story, all things considered, but it is what it is. We got here, we apprehended the individual that belonged to the Marauders that led us here. And, you see that crate over there, that was their stolen goods, which we believe to have been stolen from the Gecko Brothers potion shop. And, yeah, that's about the long and short of it.
And you see her scribbling down with the speed of God on this notepad every single word that you said. Marauder stole a bunch of potions, resold them under a fake business, shipped them through the post office, workers were taken hostage, and did you get everyone associated with this?
Sadly, no.
So, but there's no way of knowing for sure.
Possibility, others got away, potions recovered.
Yeah, admittedly, I was kind of personally invested in this investigation because I really like them Gecko Brothers. They're some good fellas. I'm really glad that with their goods, it's probably going to be returned to them. They're going to be able to maintain their business and just keep going about life as it has been.
Well, alrighty. I guess I got what I needed. This is gonna make for a hell of a story.
I bet.
And she has her little assistant suddenly snap a photo of all three of you. Blindingly so, since he uses the old-fashioned bright bulb camera.
Ooh.
Dang, could have won this first.
You get used to it.
And the two of them saunter away with a confident smile, which is when Jensen and Valios come back to you. But Valios crosses his arms and shakes his head a little. Something about that woman is unnerving.
Hmm?
She does have a way of being where the drama unfolds, which is really good in her line of work.
Jensen joins up on your other side and nods a little, but turns to your group directly. We thank you for your assistance in this investigation. We know you're not actually Thunder Force and are just freelance heroes, I suppose. But given circumstances, we're going to have Chimo follow us back to the base, and we're going to do a deeper investigation on this whole Harkins situation and see what we can find out from inside. Since we know you live with Chimo, we are going to authorize her to give you guys information since you're also directly involved in this case, and if anything comes up, you'll be the first to hear about it from us.
Sounds good, there,
All right.
boss.
And Jensen, Valios, and Chimo, as well as the other Thunder Force members, walk away together.
They walk away, they don't poof. Yeah, it's the first time we've ever seen them walk anywhere.
Well, you gotta remember, Chimo doesn't have the ability to do that, so...
I mean, to be fair, one of them could also just grab her and zoom.
Do you honestly think Chimo's the kind of person that would let anybody pick her up and carry her?
I wouldn't know.
If they look good enough.
Damn, you got me there.
Yeah, she does have that flaw, being
you mean to
distracted by
tell
a hot
me-
dudes.
You mean to tell me that if Thanatos from the Death Domain offered, Chimo wouldn't want to get Princess carried by that dude?
Okay, he might be the one of the few exceptions. I swear to God, if you guys ever go back there, she is going to magically find a way to appear in the same room and say she's coming with, just because.
She's going to learn the Thunder Force speed walk just for that.
She is. She definitely is.
Which, actually,
The
I've been
most
thinking about that.
efficient
Could she
form
even
of
possibly
movement.
learn it? Because she can't learn anything but ice and gravity. Yeah, gravity.
Ice and space.
Yeah. Like, so she can't even learn lightning magic. Would she be
Yeah.
able to pick up the Thunder Force Neum or...
You know, there's a possibility she wouldn't be able to. I would have actually put it under a roll attempt.
Sounds like a chump change ability to me.
Of course you would think so.
Casually all of the police officers on this island being DC speedsters. Yeah, ability, surely.
In storytelling, we call this
I get
one
the joke
foreshadowing.
now. You're a turtle. I understand. I've been awake for all of an hour at this point.
Sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
Now, on that note, though, as the Thunder Force are walking away, you see two familiar faces approaching from the audience. You see Morana, the Russian blue Catwoman, with a familiar-looking deer man at her side.
Oh, Whittaker!
And she steps up right beside Joseph, with her arms crossed. I had a feeling we'd find you here.
Are you honestly surprised at this point?
From what I can see, anywhere there's loud noise, banging, and general dismay and explosions, it tends to be where you are.
I mean, what can I say? I leave quite the impression no matter what timeline I'm in, apparently. You should have seen me in my prime days.
Joseph, aren't you perpetually stuck in your prime?
I was more so in my prime when I could do whatever I wanted on the battlefield. But, yeah, I suppose you have a point to that extent. Point remains, well, it's not as flashy as what went on back then.
Speaking of back then, that actually is why I'm here. I was almost finished writing up your test there, Joseph, when it occurred to me a good portion of it is on the island's history, and you've been here for less than a week. How in the world could anyone expect you to do well in those circumstances?
That is a good question, actually.
She smirks and steps to the side, pushing little Whittaker forward a bit, his eyes as wide as dinner plates. Plus, it's not every day Whittaker makes friends, and he really needs to get out of the house more often.
Are you offering to take Joseph back to school?
Whittaker waves at you, like, bashfully, especially Joseph, but Morana smirks at Barry. Well, the easiest solution would be to grab some history books from the bookstore.
Well, fair enough. Joseph, I'll make sure to pack you a lunch every day. Nudges him with the elbow, you know.
It would probably be better than what we used to have packed for us in those days.
Well, she has offered to accompany you guys to the bookstore to get Joseph the books he needs to pass this test. I assume you guys are okay with going there?
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yep.
Alright. Well, this old-fashioned tan brick building has a sign showing an open book with a quill over the door, and a broken glass storefront window with a metal pipe sticking out of it. The inside also has some damage here and there, but nothing a simple wipe down couldn't fix for the most part. You guys want to give me a quick investigate roll to see if you find anything of interest?
Yo, I love investigate rolls.
I gotta wonder, do you guys just not play any music during your session?
No, we have music, but I add it afterwards because otherwise it would be picked up and recorded, and I do a lot of audio trimming to remove dead air.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
+5, baby.
I'm gonna put on something on my end, man.
Feel free.
For my sin.
Jeez, okay. Okay. And how about you, Barry? Did you roll
I already rolled.
You rolled a 0.
I rolled.
Yeah.
Yes, of course I did. It's a notice roll.
Also, my
+4
+4 bonus added up.
Yeah, dude.
There's a small part of me that almost wants to, like, fate point to +2 it, just on principle. I went to college. But I feel like that's not a good use of a fate point. But then again, they do regenerate at the start of every in-game day. What time is it currently?
We are currently in the afternoon phase of the day.
You know what? Fuck it. Give me that. Give me that +2. Barry went to college.
Sure.
He's well read. Give me that +2. I ain't taking a 0 on that.
Sure.
Okay.
We
All
have
right.
3 of the shits per level now, so.
It's like the fucking Grinch. His brain grew 3 sizes larger.
No. Sometimes it works better than others.
And thus, the Grinch learned the meaning of Reddit that day.
Oh God.
Reddit. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh
I
boy.
don't like that.
That becomes a whole different story.
I'm pretty sure his heart doesn't grow 3 sizes in that story. I'm pretty sure he does.
Oh God. I think you might be right.
Oh my god.
My goat would never.
Anyways, Ignis is gonna look through the different books. He picks up a sci-fi one titled Golden Sun and a comic titled Paper Girls.
Not quite what you're looking for, but those are relatively recent books.
Can we talk about that first one for a second? Out of character?
It's Golden Sun free, of course.
Yeah,
Listen,
that was just
Oh wait, Golden Sun 3 was actually the only, Dark Dawn on the DS was the only one that I have played. So I hope so, honestly.
Listen, it's just the new JoJo's chapter. Don't worry about it.
We say this in front of a guy who's wearing a character with a JoJo pose.
God fucking
I feel
damn
like
it!
Golden Sun couldn't be the name of a JoJo series. We already had Golden
I didn't
Wind.
ask him to draw me like that.
Hey, I'm certainly
He
not
just-
complaining.
He just did that.
yeah. We're not complaining. We're observing.
Yup.
Of course.
Anyway, Joseph is also going to look for the books, and he will find 2 books, fiction and non-fiction. The fiction book, The Girl on the Train, and non-fiction Between the World and Me, and he will flip through them out of curiosity, especially Between the World and Me.
And how about Barry? What did he find?
Barry's gonna be flipping through the books and and in the strangest, plot twist that none of y'all could have ever seen coming, he picks up a romance novel titled The Name's True Love. Reading the summary on the back of the book,
How can you enjoy this? There's no pictures.
bitch! Academics is the highest here. I'm the smartest in the party.
Yeah, the sad part is it's technically true. I mean, his academic score is about the same as
Plus
Joseph.
3.
It's the same as
technically we have
Joseph.
the same academics, but
But Barry
real
has,
perspective.
but
Go ahead,
Barry
sorry.
has a character aspect that literally is just I went to college.
Yep.
Yeah, because that's his backstory. Technically, he's
Graduated from
Harvard.
You know I graduated from Harvard?
Oh no, he didn't graduate. He was a
He
college
dropped out of
dropout.
Yale.
Did I make it canonically Yale?
No, you didn't. I'm just making a joke.
Okay. Dude, can you imagine? Dude, what would Barry even be going to Yale for?
Socioeconomic studies with a minor in e-business.
You know, I could kind of believe that, honestly.
Oh
Dude, can
my
you
God.
imagine Barry is a business major?
Dude, it would literally just be Senator Armstrong in bug form.
Played college
Yeah,
ball, you know.
That's the alternate universe where Barry is evil. Instead of being Hulk Hogan, he's Senator Armstrong.
Oh.
Played college ball, before he got shipped off to the Navy.
Dude, I would buy that.
Titan
I would.
exoskeleton. It's always hard.
Oh my God! Did we just create
Yeah,
an
you're-
We just created an alternate universe version of a video game I want to play.
Yeah, man, I wanna replay.
Why won't you
Metal-
die? Exoskeleton, son.
Exoskeleton.
This is just making me want to play Metal Gear Rising again.
See, I haven't played it for the
The
first
internet
time
lately.
yet. I really want to get to it.
I want to play it on PC just so I can mod the fuck out of it. Really.
True. I saw a video that replaced most of the characters with TF2 characters, and it was so funny.
Yeah.
Same energy,
Oh.
really.
It is. Freaking Sundowner was engineer, and the 2 blades were wrenches, and I died laughing.
Yeah.
I would have expected Heavy for Sundowner, but that works too.
Yeah, I mean, Heavy doesn't really do any melee shenanigan in anime, so it wouldn't make sense.
You
Whereas,
what? Fair
you
enough.
could definitely catch an engineer beating the ever-loving shit out of some spies.
Yeah.
Or, Mistral, speaking of which, Mistral was spy, to no one's surprise.
Yeah.
They made,
People.
they made, what was his name? Yeah, Let's Dance, the Spanish guy, what was his name? Sam?
Yeah,
Jetstream Sam.
Yeah, Jetstream Sam.
They made Jetstream Sam fucking demo with the samurai helmet and the sword.
That makes too much sense.
They made Jetstream Sam the demo knight.
I believe we have gone
You know what? No,
wildly
it
off
would make
topic.
sense to make Heavy as Sundowner. Heavy would just be Senator Armstrong.
Suba, this happens a lot, and we do get on back
I'm
on
aware.
track
I've
after...
played D&D. Don't worry about it.
Good.
Yeah, no, this is just part of the experience. This is just part of the overall tabletop RPG experience.
I'm well aware.
We're all really close friends, so we shitpost all the time throughout these game sessions. It's one of the reasons each session's like 2 to 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And we get an hour's worth of shit done.
All of this checks out.
If I was to remove everything that was not genuinely just game mechanics, we would have half-length shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
pretty
I'll
much.
be real here. In the hour,
different podcast.
I mean, honestly, in the hour's worth of podcast, we at least get some plot progression done overall.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, we have plenty of milestones greater than the beta group who beta played this game, so...
That's true. I'm not gonna lie, I think we would fold the beta group in a PvP session.
Dude, I am just gonna tell you right now, you need to be careful with the shit you're saying.
I think we'd fold their clothes with them still in them. I think we'd do just fine.
Yeah, especially
Alright,
once I
so-
joined the party proper.
Alright, so next session we're gonna go
Exactly.
We
straight up.
finally have another person with more than base amount HP? Dude, I
We don't
have
even-
maximum hit points.
I'm
I'm
about to say-
basically immortal.
I'm about to say, we don't even know the characters for the beta campaign, Chief, so
Well, we
on
know
one hand, I
Sunny
want...
was one of them.
Alright, so next session we're gonna go toe to toe with the beta group.
Oh boy.
Well, one of them's a harmless chicken right now, so.
Oh boy. All right, let's get back on
Fair enough.
topic. We're wildly off course.
Yeah.
Now let's see. Which one of you rolled the highest? I believe it was Ignis.
Yeah.
A familiar face approaches you from the side. You've been approached by a middle-aged bulldog man you recognize with short brown hair, thin glasses, a blue apron over a red t-shirt, and a gold name tag reading Peyton.
All
Oh,
faces in this campaign are familiar, huh?
They recognize him because he's the son of the former king of Diadem.
Oh. I
Uh-huh.
was like, damn, when was there a Peyton?
Yes, son of Wharton. Wharton Tarb. Peyton Tarb.
Oh, right. Because the old king, and after he retired from being the king, fucking ran a bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Full circle.
Oh, that makes so much. Oh. Huh. Let's say we
Anyways.
only thought we saw him once at the funeral.
You did?
That was like a day or two ago.
Yeah.
Damn, bro's getting right back to work.
Uh-huh.
Letting nothing hold him down. I can respect that.
Yeah, it seems to be a trend. It seems to be a trend.
Yep.
Okay, sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious.
He has approached and asked if you guys need help finding anything.
Well, we're just looking for a specific book is all.
And what book would that be?
I forgot. God damn it.
Island History
Dude,
book.
the ADHD is strong with this one.
Yep.
We were looking for a history book on Diadem for a fellow over there in the plague doctor mask.
Peyton smiles and thinks to himself, oh, well, the used school history books are over there in the back corner, but if you need it for a true history test for him, you probably want the old Island History book.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably so.
He guides your entire group, including Morana and Whittaker, to walk down one of the aisles toward the farther back parts of the store. You said you needed this for a history test. You seem like the kind of person that wouldn't be in high school anymore. I'm guessing you're doing this for college or something?
More so for the test to gain some kind of employment. I'm not exactly a resident of the island, so knowing some of the history would benefit me immensely.
Ah, then this book will give you exactly what you need. I think we still have a copy or two left. And when he reaches the shelf where the book should be, the book and several others on the shelf have been burned to ash.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And seeing those destroyed books has him absolutely distraught. Oh god, those were my last copies, and my next shipment isn't due for another week.
When did they get burnt to ash? And how have you not noticed until now? No offense.
We just got attacked by marauders and still in the middle of cleanup. My guess is they did it while we weren't looking.
Oh.
Of
that's
course,
awful.
well, I'm not
Which
surprised.
is why there's a pipe sticking out of the window.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I did see that coming in. Oh, that's unfortunate. Why that book specifically?
If I had to guess, if their goal is really to try to find a way to leave the island, maybe they felt that the old island history wasn't worth keeping around after all.
But the old island history presumably would give them more information on getting off the island, wouldn't it?
You'd be surprised how far many such extremist views and groups can go, especially when deleting information that could, actually prove beneficial to them in the long run.
He suddenly perks up while you guys are talking and says, "Wait, I know where we can find another one. The library."
I mean, in the orange domain?
Yeah.
That's the one. So you've been there.
Conroy's library does have darn near everything.
Well, if you've already been there, then that's where you need to go. But, oh, wait, hang on. Before you go, could you do me a kindness?
Oh, of course. What's up?
Well, he walks over to the service counter at the front to dig around for something, and he pops back up holding an old children's book titled The Phantom Toll Booth. Here it is. Could you please return this to the library? My dad was given it when I was a kid, but I think it's time for the next generation to be inspired by it.
You know what? I think we could do that.
Late fees on that are gonna go crazy.
Barry grabs the book and in that moment remembers, oh shoot, I have stuff I borrowed from the library too. Yeah.
If that's the case, if you want to make a quick trudge over, grab the tape reels that you borrowed.
Yeah, Barry never returned the tape reels. But the sad thing is, we're gonna have to borrow him again soon whenever Suba's character gets introduced, because I gotta show him my glories.
That's true. You could just hang on to them for a little bit longer since it would take you out of the way in the first place, or you could grab them and borrow them again later.
Yeah, I just, library, I ain't trying to pay no overdue fees. I ain't got a lot of money right now.
I wonder why.
As a matter of fact, I literally have no money. I have zero.
Yeah, you have put yourself at perfect zero.
Amazing.
As it happens, the rogue thief is the richest member of your party.
Because he keeps looting all the corpses.
I wonder why.
He keeps looting all the corpses and then doesn't share it with us. That's a joke. That last bit's a joke. He'll pay for anything we ask him to. We just don't ever ask him to.
His character also has an aspect called compulsive grifter. He is compelled to just steal. So it makes sense he also wouldn't share it with you for that reason too.
Well, you know what? Fair enough. But he was a Robin Hood type character, though.
Right, he is a Robin Hood in style, but when it comes down to it, he has a bad habit of being a thief in general as well.
Gotcha. Steal from the rich, give to me type shit.
Basically.
Like, I can actually, buy things for you guys.
Yeah, he's willing to hold on to the money, he just doesn't hand it to you. He'll buy you stuff instead. I think that's actually decent.
Alright.
So, what's the plan from here? You want to grab those tape reels and return them real quick, or do you want to go ahead and just head straight there?
I'll probably just leave them for the time being. Barry probably watches them in his spare time.
Probably.
He'd be the type. And then while we're there, I'll probably just make it a point to ask Conroy about late fees. Then again, Peyton just said he's had this book since he was a kid. And if he hasn't been charged a late fee yet, he's probably not going to.
Probably.
Wouldn't be hurt to check, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be delivering it anyways, might as well, right?
Of course, yeah. So yeah, just straight to the library then. We'll leave the tapes for right now.
Alright, so you guys are making a mad dash straight for the orange domain in the upper left-hand corner, which I believe is not that far from the business district that you're currently in.
Probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
And after stepping through the orange gate once again, you are met with the same visual as before, an endless desert with 3 massive pyramids.
What do you think would happen if we just took off in the desert that way? Like, do you think we'd loop back around, or do you think it's literally just endless, walking in one direction forever? Well, forever until you pass away.
I mean, if this is the domain representing chrono magic, we'd probably be looping around for all we know.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I ain't got no intention of finding out.
Well, after stepping through the gate with your group, Morana smiles and immediately takes off her shoes, letting her bare feet sink into the sand for a moment, eyes closing. Feels like heaven. And she looks down at Whittaker with a playful smile. Sorry, but a girl can only handle cold toes for so long.
Well, I feel you there. Sand feels nice with the open-toed sandals.
Mm-hmm. So, you guys all turn around and head back into the pyramid that's directly bound to the gate behind you. And when you walk up into the library, she smiles in amazement. It's been a long time since I came here. I wonder if that old saber-toothed pain in the butt still remembers me.
It'd be hard to, I feel like it'd be hard to find something he don't remember.
And Morana laughs a bit to herself before a pair of familiar striped orange hands suddenly slide over her eyes. Guess who?
Good lord.
And she gasps playfully, Conroy, you absolute ass. And he laughs and gives her a big bear hug to 2 nuzzling cheeks like you'd expect cats to do.
Well, this is quite the
That's
display.
pleasant.
And now Whittaker is just standing off to the side with your group, watching the 2 quietly, nervously fidgeting with his hands inside of his long sleeves. Conroy spots Whittaker and breaks off the hug with Morana, stepping up to the nervous dear boy. And he crouches down a bit, crouching onto his toes, so they meet eye to eye. Hello, brother. You're looking well. And Whittaker just stands there, staring at him with wide eyes, arms crossed against his chest defensively, before Conroy extends his arms wide toward him. Got one for you right here, brother. And Whittaker immediately just runs into his arms and hugs him tightly, burying his face into Conroy's shoulder, sniffling a little muffledly into his coat. And Conroy just holds him tight and pets Whittaker's hair slowly.
Ain't that sweet?
And you see faint glows of orange appear in Whittaker's hair, small pieces of sand falling onto the floor. And as that happens, you see a single tear streak down Conroy's cheek. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve any of that.
Barry's not gonna say anything. This seems personal.
Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not the only one. Then again, I also don't know what I'd even respond to this with, in all honesty.
I mean, you can if you want, but if you'd rather just leave it there.
This seems like a touching moment best not broken up.
Well, after another moment or two of holding him close, he stands back up with holding Whittaker's hand. So, what brings you by today? I assume it's for much more than a much-needed family reunion.
Well, we had a couple of things on the agenda. First of all, we were politely tasked by one Peyton to return this book on his behalf. Barry pulls out the book. What's the process for returning the books? We just hand them in at the desk, as per library standards?
Oh yes, you just give that to me.
Alright, here you go.
He takes the book and looks it over. Oh, I recognize this. I gave it to the former King of Diadem. Walton was his name.
Yeah, Peyton mentioned that he's had the book ever since he was a little kid.
Oh yes, he's racked up quite a debt of back pay, I'm afraid.
So y'all do have late fees here?
Well, yes, but they're not incredibly horrible. It's just, this one's racked up about, 40 years worth of debt, give or take?
You
give
see
it
Barry
all-
do like the meme where he's got the equation floating around his head? Because Peyton didn't look that old. Did he?
He looked about mid-30s. He definitely looked about the same age as his father, if not a little younger. It could have easily been construed that he might have been 40 and just didn't look it.
So, I didn't take it for that old.
Well, to be fair, when you saw the former king in his casket, he looked maybe mid-40s, even though he was well over 100.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's just how it be here.
Supposedly.
Alright, well, that was my second question, was are there late fees? Because, I still have them film reels checked out.
Oh yes, I believe we agreed you'd return them after a week. If you don't return them after that, we'll charge you 1Z for each additional week that you keep it.
Oh, It's incredibly cheap. Alright, fair enough.
How is Walton doing nowadays? I haven't seen him in some time.
I'm afraid dear Wharton has passed away.
And you see his face fall in shock. Oh dear, I did not expect that. Shouldn't have happened for some time. Ah.
Yeah, it was not of natural causes.
Oh, that explains it. Well, I suppose given circumstances, I can just forgive the debt this time. No sense in trying to barter for a dead man's money.
Yeah, we actually went to the funeral. It was our first time visiting the Grey Domain.
Oh, you met my brother Thanatos. Wonderful.
We did.
Well, I do hope he treated you well. He is a bit of a dour person, but he does his job and does it well.
He does. I quite enjoyed his philosophy on death, where like it's a very sad thing, but it's not always a thing to be sad about. You know, a funeral don't always have to be mourning a person's loss. You know, it could be like celebrating their life.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, I do need to schedule a trip back to that domain at some point to have a certain talk with someone. Apparently, I was shown that one of my brothers-in-arms who tragically died ages ago just refused to go to the afterlife, and I'm kind of iffy on that front. Not gonna lie.
Oh, he followed you and ended up there as a resident. That's rare. But I believe you mentioned you had another reason for stopping by to see me today.
Yeah, we're here after a particular book. It occurs now to Barry that they didn't actually receive the name of the book from Peyton.
But you do know it as the Island History book.
Yeah, we was here looking for an island history book.
And he does a double take. Wait, weren't you looking for that the first time we met?
You know what? You're right.
Well, I'm afraid I have some distressing news. I haven't had much success in repairing or replacing it, or any of the other destroyed books, I'm afraid.
That's unfortunate. Because like we went to see Peyton in the bookstore first, and all his copies have been burnt to ash by marauders.
Oh, then I definitely need to get to that book being repaired and replaced as soon as possible. Morana actually steps out around from your shoulder. Wait, did you say other destroyed books? And he goes, oops, I suppose I shouldn't have said that. Well, since the cat's out of the bag, no offense, I suppose there's no harm in showing you all. He goes up to the front of the library behind the service counter and opens up a secret floor panel leading down to a staircase that you can only see a few feet of before it fades into the darkness. Onward and downward, as it were.
Normally
the library to have a creepy cellar, but
normally this would be ominous, but Conroy is not exactly a serial killer, so I'll let it slide.
Tell you what, how about if everyone gives me a quick notice roll?
Oh, good. We all know Barry is so good at those. Case in point.
You have a +2 in notice, so depending on how bipolar this new dice bot is.
So Joseph rolled a 3, Barry rolled a -1. Oh, shit. Suba!
Wow.
Well, man, you're not even here, and you're outrolling the rest of us.
You rolled an all-plus roll on a roll you weren't even supposed to be here for.
I guess I'm here now. You know what? You haven't even noticed me yet. And you never will.
Yo, why the turtle
didn't-
got better stealth than the rogue? We ain't even noticed he's here.
Why does the turtle sound like Skipper from Madagascar?
Well, that's because I'm Skipper from Madagascar. I'm not even playing the character yet.
Ignis has stepped away and can't make the roll. Can we just take Suba's roll?
I have no issues with doing that, but the thing is, there was going to be something that came from that, so I'm gonna have to give it to Joseph instead. Now the pathway
This is
down...
clout stealing.
Now the pathway down feels like it goes on forever, and you can barely see your own hand in front of your face after only a few steps. And the only light guiding you down is from the opening in the room above you. But after about a minute of careful walking, you can barely make out the bottom of the stairs coming up, and it leads to a hidden stone pathway. And you detect the faint outline of a wooden rack on the stone wall with a few pre-made unlit torches.
Hey, Conroy, would you mind if I light one of these torches up?
Be my guest.
Barry just does a little bit of fire infusion. Are you gonna make me pay the MP for that?
You know what, I'll give you this one for free. We'll just say you just snap your fingers and cause that little spark to happen. I won't charge you for that one.
Okay.
Joseph does notice some things on the rack in question. What on earth kind of fashion sense is this? Brown fedora, baseball cap. Why is there a leather whip?
Oh, yes. Those are souvenirs left by a small group of intrepid explorers some decades ago. A young woman, a child, and a man with the name of a U.S. state.
Wait a fucking minute!
I get that reference.
I don't.
You want to say it?
I'm gonna say it, Indiana Jones.
Yup.
The brown leather whip and the mention of the child's cap.
That's Short Round's cap.
Yup.
Dude, I ain't seen Indiana Jones in like over a decade.
I only got that because I know Indiana is a state.
Oh, I feel bad for not getting that one.
The European fucking got it.
In case you didn't know, Suba, I like dropping little references to things that I know and that I'm wondering if everybody else knows, because it's funny to hear their reactions to this.
I'm so mad. I should have gotten that.
I saw the lineup, I got to the whip, and then it just sort of like clicked, like, wait a fucking minute.
I should have gotten that. Oh yeah, Suba, it's like how the local circus is ran by Victor Frankenstein. You know, have that knowledge.
Of course I know him, he's me.
Wait, previous adventurers, you said?
Oh yes, we have adventurers come through here all the time. This one managed to sneak right by me somehow. Not really sure how. He wasn't known for being very quiet.
Oh, wait, how do you get adventurers in here? We're in... Oh, right, the domains aren't necessarily in Diadem.
This means that canonically Indiana Jones and his friends have visited this island.
And died.
So it appeared.
You'd be surprised how many loud people can get away with some kind of stealth. I've known a lot of loud people who have succeeded with stealth somehow. Well, then there's the technicality of, well, you can be as loud as you want and succeed so long as everyone else is dead, I suppose.
I suppose you make a fair point, and I'm the only one who comes down here anyways. You see that there is a singular hallway straight down ahead with two doors, one on the left, one on the right, and the pathway ahead is about 50 feet straight. And Conroy heads straight through, walking toward the end of the hallway.
You know, normally I would have had Barry just do a light infusion, hand to light the way, but the torch was just... The torch was just too thematic. Yeah, we just discovered that not only is Indiana Jones canonically been to Diadem...
Yeah, I heard.
Okay, thumbs up.
And he's fucking dead.
So it would appear.
I mean, we don't know that. It's just there's mementos here.
He died after that new recent movie.
I didn't even watch that movie. I couldn't bring myself to.
When you go down through the hallway, on the left is an open-doored bedroom, simply decorated with black and gold accessories and furniture, and the closet's full of long white coats, no different than the one Conroy's wearing. On the right side is a fully functional kitchen.
Kinda dark and dusty for a bedroom, don't you think, Conroy?
Oh no, I have solar panels attached to the side of the pyramid about halfway up to give me light when I need it.
You know what? Fair enough. Alright.
Now the hallway ends at an internal chamber with an immaculate set of bookshelves made entirely out of stone lined with old cloth, but the books themselves on that bookshelf are all badly damaged, covered in cuts and scorch marks, most of them physically unable to be useful just at a glance. And you see the damaged book Conroy brought to you the first time sitting by its lonesome, the only one that even looks like it's physically legible.
So this is where the damaged books go.
Someone destroyed all of these books, all regarding Diadem's history and lore, and the one book was all I had left. It was thankfully on loan at the time, but it was already in poor shape to start with.
So it's clear that someone is kind of systematic wiping out books on Diadem's history.
It would appear so, and I'm afraid I can't repair or replace it at the moment. Once the book's destroyed, it's lost forever. We would need it remade through the same process that created it in the first place.
Joseph was actually about to ask what that process was, actually.
It's the exact same process we used when you contributed to the library the first time. The problem is it was donated by a contributor, possibly multiple, with intimate knowledge of Diadem's history, and most of them are likely gone.
But if these books have also been about for a while, couldn't there be another person who knows the depth of this history?
There very well could, and if we could find someone who knows those books intimately, we could theoretically read their mind with the same process and reproduce it.
question is, what contender would there be to actually complete this book?
We could get Peyton. He runs a bookstore. He had knowledge of enough of the book to point us out to it.
Tell you what, how about you give me a context roll and see if anybody can figure out an appropriate person who might be of more help.
Christ. None of us have contacts.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a straight roll.
Jesus Christ.
Comedic at this point.
Oh, come
Right when we need it. Right
Damn
when
it, Zuma!
Right when we fucking
I got
need it.
excited! Damn it, Zuma, I got excited!
Jesus.
Oh,
Single
fun.
player.
Okay, Joseph, Barry, I need the two of you to do a roll-off.
Oh, great.
It's probably gonna be a no competition, Chief.
Yeah, exactly. For real, though.
Okay,
Oh.
that's a 3.
Okay. Damn it. Dude, if I get a +3 to match this, I'm gonna be so mad.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
That's fine.
It would have been so funny if it went down like the fucking bit in regular show's pilot episode. We do this roll off and tie 99 times.
Good lord.
I can't believe I won.
You won
Get
and you're
out of
not even.
here. Nanashi, I'd like to use Herculean Hold on Suba, the player.
Oh. He wants to use a character move to pin you to the ground.
I'll only agree to this if I'm allowed to use D&D dice.
Fun.
Well, see, Nanashi, I've threatened to Herculean Hold you before. If I can grapple God, then I can grapple other metaphysical beings that don't exist.
Joseph's head will lift up like a light bulb actually lit up. Wait a minute. Now that I think about it more, we already have that person. They're in this very room with us that's familiar with Diadem's lore and overall history.
And who would that be?
Oh god.
Barry didn't make the roll. You're gonna have to explain this to him.
As far as who knows the history in this room, Joseph will point at the two obvious domain masters.
Whittaker and Conroy look at each other, and Conroy just snickers. Well, as much as I wish that was a solution, if that was an option, I would have done it already. I'm afraid the magic only works on the mortal mind, not mine.
Well, it is a predicament.
And yet you two, as far as I can tell, are the only ones, not unless I'm misaccounting for something.
Well, actually, what I was gonna say wasn't. Crap. What was the woman that goes around with Whittaker everywhere? I don't.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. I was about.
Wait a minute. What you a history teacher?
I was just about to point at. Listen, I'm being fucking overloaded here, but yeah. Joseph will also point at Morana. Wait. So if they can't do it, then you should also be a contender, given that you actually teach this old history.
Yep, that would most likely be where he's going with this. And Conroy just grins like a Cheshire cat. You see him walk over and take both Whittaker's and Morana's hands. Now, this would be exciting for everyone involved, I'm sure. And he guides all of you back up and out the pyramid toward the laboratory pyramid, where the chamber is that allows him to perform that ritual that reads your mind and turns it into books.
Can I make an observation that's not an insult, even though I'm gonna point and laugh at it?
What's that?
I can't get over how just aggressively posh Conroy sounds. It's just every time we talk to him, I just have to giggle to myself a bit. He's just so. I could just picture him. I could just picture him sitting in front of the fire in a robe with a nice hot cup of tea and a good book.
He talks like the fucking sassy queer coded Disney villain. Like, what are we doing here? I wish I was joking, but nearly all of those motherfuckers were queer-coded in some way. Especially Scar.
You know, I can't even argue that. I didn't see it until you brought it up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good. All right.
Making sure.
Woo!
So, He guides you all back to the laboratory pyramid, humming a happy tune the whole way, and once inside, he leads you all straight back to the chamber he asked you all to step into before, and steps in front of the orange panel with the stone in front of it. He lets go of Morana's hand and lets her go forward. Alright, just step up onto the panel for me, and Morana just interrupts him, and already stepping up there. I remember from last time, just close my eyes and wait. And he smiles and nods, slamming his empty hand onto the stone panel. And as Conroy's eyes light up with an ethereal orange glow, you see sand erupt from the orange slab itself and swirl around Morana for a few seconds, a sight you guys never saw from the outside because you had your eyes closed. And that sand, after a few moments, shoots off into the library at an incredible speed.
Oh, is that why we gotta close our eyes? 'Cause sand is a real pain.
Oh yes, sand in your eye is never pleasant, magical or otherwise.
Especially when it's whipping around at that speed.
He steps back up to the chamber and helps Morana back out, hands her Whittaker's hand, and then disappears in a puff of sand, leaving a trail back toward the entrance. And you swear you can hear his ecstatic squee from where you are, in a completely separate pyramid.
What? How long has he been able to do that? We ain't never seen him do that before. Y'all the main masters showing off new abilities every time we see y'all.
And Whittaker just kind of looks up at you and glances back and forth between you and the floor, like he's too nervous to say anything. Conroy finally comes running back in with a brand new book titled The Diadem's Chronology, and it looks identical to the damaged book from before, minus said damage.
No.
This is a brand new mint condition reprint, and you're the first to see it. I am so excited.
Technically, aren't you the first to see it?
Well, I see what you're saying, I just caught on.
You got to see the new printing of the card. I saw the old printing.
Funny. He walks over to a nearby table, pushes everything on top of it off, and places the book on it with a heavy thud. He then opens the book, and the pages are revealed to be completely blank. No images, no text, not even a page number.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
And Conroy just snickers a bit. Just give it a second. And you see the pages flutter a bit as several grains of that orange magic sand rapidly trace out letters on the page, the ink starting a glowing orange before settling into black. And you see every page by page flutter open as the text is written in, becoming words, images, and even diagrams. And once the book stops writing itself, it suddenly slams shut and flops over.
Rule number 1, Barry, of magically translating stuff. Never assume the process is done just because the pages are blank.
Point taken.
Conroy's gaze then turns a little sharp from behind his glasses, and he picks up the brand new book and opens it himself. And now that we have this book, you now have the answer to every question you could possibly wish to know about the island.
Alright.
But, if it's alright with you, I wish to read for you the first few pages myself. I believe it will answer many questions you already have.
So long as I can make use of it afterwards to help me with the test, and then honestly I'll take whatever deal I can get, really.
Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a lore dump.
We love those.
And I cannot do the accent throughout the entire time, so I'm just going to speak normally while I read this.
Fair enough.
Now follow along with me, this is going to be a bit of a roller coaster, but this is information you guys have been needing to know for a long time, and I think you've earned this.
I sure have.
Hardy har. Alright. The book's first few pages read as such. In the beginning, the universe itself was nothingness within nothing, existence without existing. Nothing is, was, or will be, and all was simply possibility. It was only in the instance that that miraculous first event occurred that created the very first thing within it, the Word. But it did not stay as such for long. The Word became complicated, unfolded, expanded, evolved, one could say.
I thought you were reading lore, not the mind of a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Dude, give it a minute. You'll understand.
Yeah, I had to make the joke.
It's
Do
fine.
continue.
One word became many, became sentences, explanations, definitions, and then concepts. The first concept created in this clean, untouched emptiness was the pinnacle of all balance, equilibrium itself. That simple concept bore witness to the nothing all around it, but recognized the potential of all to keep that balance. And from that, more concepts came to be. That which had a beginning surely had an end. That which ended was destroyed, and that which did not endured. Resistance beget might, acceptance beget yield. Activeness beget swiftness, passiveness begets slowness. Recognition of surroundings beget when and where. 12 of the simplest concepts were formed around this equilibrium core, all to become the basis of everything that was to come for the foreseeable eternity. Now, despite these humble beginnings, all 12 new concepts assumed themselves the predominant force in this new domain they found themselves living in, despite each having a direct counterpart. And as such, a mediator was needed, one with an identity beyond itself, with an understanding of the concepts, and with the potential for genuine intelligence and learning for the sake of handling current and future struggles. As the equilibrium was their source part, and was naturally as influential as the 12 concepts combined, it took that role to be a neutral mediator. With this rule defined, the 13-in-1 concepts learned to balance themselves with each other and the core between them. And once that balance was established, they took on a collective identity. Zeroth, that which exists before any other. Thus, the concepts work together to create everything in this universe in a harmonious manner from that point forward for many, many eons, until the most recent one, when Zeroth spotted a most curious planet, a speck created by natural influence around it like any other, harboring the dredges of early life like many others. But unlike the rest, this one's life was progressing, becoming more complicated, evolving, much like itself in a microscopic manner. Zeroth was fascinated in witnessing something that acted so similar to how it itself had begun, and decided to bring itself to that planet's surface to take a closer look. But that was ultimately a mistake. The existence of this concept of equilibrium directly exposing itself to the planet and its inhabitants caused a shift in development. Had the planet remained untouched, the species within would have developed separately, humans as a primary species fighting for its independence and superiority. Instead, it caused the multiple species to form an unexpected alliance in its presence. These creatures began to adopt each other's minor traits and mannerisms to become more at ease with each other, work together easier, evolve alongside each other until the two were almost indistinguishable from each other in only a few dozen generations. And as the eons stretched forward, the animalistic humanoids became the norm. Zeroth realized the mistake it had made and was mortified with its accidental tampering of the natural flow of events and removed itself from the equation immediately. Thanks to that, circumstances were otherwise unharmed. Cave dwellers grew up and developed homes, societies, ecosystems similar to how that initial timeline should have been. Now, Zeroth spent that time away exploring the rest of the universe for any sign of existence with even a remotely similar circumstance. Despite its attempts to leave it behind, it could not detach from the memory of that one little speck of space dust, ever so fascinated by its unique results. And during the tail end of the most recent eon, Zeroth felt like it had learned from its mistake and felt confident enough to chance a second appearance with a small twist. First, Zeroth separated the 12 concepts from itself, intending to make itself weaker so the chances of its immense power and presence influencing events would be minimized as much as it could allow, but still maintain its status as the equilibrium force among the other 12, connected still, but with independent existence as their own entities. And second, to ensure these newly freed concepts were not running rampant across the planet, or anywhere else for that matter, Zeroth gave each one a consciousness, using pieces of his own quote-unquote mind for the groundwork, in hopes it would give them enough logic and reason to not make the same mistakes, while allowing them to have their own individuality. They were then instructed to disguise themselves as the same types of humanimals the planet now bore so they may walk amongst the people together, still within close proximity of Zeroth itself, but not suffocatingly so. Zeroth hoped giving them the freedom to explore with some minor restrictions would allow them to learn self-control and possibly develop alongside him. But even with all of Zeroth's preparation and hard work, this was ultimately a failure as well. Since these were concepts given consciousness and only knew of their own nature up to that moment, and they all lacked his comprehensive learning ability, instead being given a fraction of that potential, they revealed themselves as being far more than just mortal, to the point many of them were feared, revered, and recognized as beyond mortal entities. Throughout the following centuries, as recorded history became the norm, they were all noticed and added to the analogs of history and lore. Just to name a few, Zeroth became recognized as King Midas. The entity of Where became Queen Cleopatra and inspired the Sphinx. The entity of Nothing became many cryptids of lore. The entities of Destruction and Might became Ares and Hercules. all 13 entities were the guests of honor at the Last Supper.
Huh.
I'm sorry, please continue.
It's
That
fine.
one shot me off guard.
This lore dump is as
I was
wacky.
following and nodding along. I'm like, okay. I see what's happening here. All 13 were guests, the Last Supper. That was a curveball that I was not prepared for.
Bear in mind, these are
Real
just
here.
some extrapolated examples. Of course, there's plenty more.
What animal was Jesus?
Yeah, I was about to point out, as wacky as this lore is, remember when Jesus was canonically a Joestar?
Really?
Hey, do you
Yes.
remember when Moses parted the Red Sea with a Beyblade?
God damn it. I'd like to continue if that's all right. There's still a little bit more.
Yep.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if that was all that had changed, the story may have corrected itself enough to continue, but this time, their interaction resulted in an additional unintended consequence. Much like how Zeroth exposed the creatures of this planet to the pure, unfiltered concept of equilibrium, they also exposed the people to their mastery of the concepts that made up the universe. Through direct exposure to this amazing power, each of these 12 bore, the mortals learned to replicate their abilities themselves in a much lesser manner. In only a few short generations, the utility of this internalized force they dubbed magic became so prevalent and commonplace, it ended up side by side with the development of technology, rather than abandoning the former to pursue the latter as history should have been. They were powering homes with swift electricity, extinguishing fires with enduring water, illuminating paths with all-powerful light, and cooling and preserving foods with slowness ice. Now, Zeroth was at an impasse with this entire experiment. It was an entity of untold ability designed to be a balancing force among the 12 other concepts, and neither Zeroth nor they could be anything less than what they actually were. So he decided that, instead of putting himself and the others down to the mortal level, perhaps the mortals could be elevated to his level. Conroy closes the book and sniffles a little, pulling out an orange handkerchief and wipes his eyes. Terribly sorry, it's just stories of my own youth can always bring a tear to my eye.
You know what? Fair enough.
As I was reading, I was wondering how this relates to y'all, the Domain Masters, and that was a possibility. The mildly horrifying one, but I like y'all well enough. So, yeah.
Surprisingly, the details of Ural's birth aren't even the weirdest things I've ever seen or heard in my travels.
Okay, now you're just making shit up. Like, forgive my language. I know it's library, but like, what do you mean, Joseph?
I mean, it's out of the loop and absurd, but I think I might just be desensitized, unlike the both of you at this point.
Yeah, okay, no, that one's true. That's factual information.
Conroy puts the closed book underneath his arm and just takes Whittaker's hand in his own. We wanted to say something about this, but we were forbidden. Part of his rules are that you must learn and understand who and what we all are on your own, as well as Zeroth himself.
There's a part of me wanting to question if you reading us from the book is technically you telling us, but if you think that's an exception, then I'm not going to question it because I ain't trying to bring down the wrath of equilibrium. That just seems like a bad idea.
Oh yes. Yes it is. And then Morana just chimes in at this point. But as the librarian and keeper of the books themselves, you would know what's written in here and could read it to us from memory, couldn't you? And Conroy just gives an amused laugh and gives her a small clap. Atta girl. So now you can ask whatever questions you can think of regarding the island, the masters, the regalia, anything else, within reason, and you will actually get definitive answers.
You see, there's a small, out of character, there's a small part of me that wants to, kinda ask if he knows what Caleb is, but at the same time, I want to be subtle enough about it, because we told Caleb we wouldn't tell anyone, obviously. But at the same time, I don't want to ask, because I don't want to risk Caleb's position here.
Fair enough.
Something tells me, I have a sneaking suspicion that whatever Caleb is outside of all of this entirely. Because to me, equilibrium strikes me as what gold is. It is the balance between everything else and thus can cancel everything else out.
There was one part of that intro story that did get me questioning It mentioned something about one of the concepts becoming what we know as today as cryptids. I will admit, all throughout my adventures, the most I've seen of such monstrosities was either someone's fucked up man-made science project or someone tampering with magic to that degree that it backfired. But there's actually such monstrosities out in the world like that?
Well, to be clear, the book was more so saying that one of my brothers took the form of the cryptids as a means of disguising itself and getting around. You would know him currently as Cassius.
I was about to say, it said nothingness was registered as cryptids, which would register with Cassius, domain master of the Black Domain.
I'm glad you caught that.
I went to college. I'm very well read on magic. Well, I'm very well read on this kind of magic. Now, Joseph's got some magic I ain't seen or heard no tales before. With his, what'd you call it, vulture sign?
It's Native American in origin.
Yeah, I don't, admittedly, I ain't got no knowledge on no shamanism type magic, but this stuff I'm pretty well read on. So, you know.
To summarize, Zeroth enacted a plan with the goal of elevating humankind to his level rather than the reverse. He created a diadem, placed it in a location that would catch the curious people's attention, and placed the 12 helpful natives in it to help them stay alive as well as facilitate the challenges.
That's y'all 12's domain master.
Very good.
I'm sure this is probably not a shocking question coming from us, the most recently arrived people here. Now that we have the book, you can probably tell us, how does one leave? Like, I don't want to leave personally, I quite like it here. But if someone wanted to leave, how would they do it?
The Marauders have been very active with this assertion of wanting to leave from what we could gather, yet it doesn't seem like they're going to be going for a long time unless the head man has some sort of crazy goal.
He opens the book back up and flips through the pages in rapid succession. That would be a bit difficult, as he did not specify exactly what it would take to do that, but I do know that if you gather all 12 Regalia and bring it to the center of the island, Zeroth will reappear before those who do so. You could ask him then and there if he would be willing to open the gates to the island.
I know I just said I didn't want to piss off the embodiment of equilibrium, but how do you make an island that traps people on it without a plan to get them back out?
That is one of the details he did not tell us. He wanted to make sure that above all else that we would not be able to get you out any more easily than they could. He intended for you to fulfill his steps, not your own.
Which honestly, if I was a marauder and wanted to get all of the regalias for a chance to escape, that's probably what I'd try to do, is summon the creator of this whole diadem island.
Barry just kind of like puts a hand up to his forehead. Oh, I've often joked before that, we always kind of learn that these domain masters are quite a bit more than what we see. I always joke that this seems a bit above our pay grade. I can't help but think that was somehow an understatement. It is kind of crazy that learning that you're domain master, who I quite like the vast majority of you, right? You are very friendly individuals, and but it is kind of flabbergasting learning they all are, concepts made manifest.
If it makes you feel better, I think I can relate the most to things being above my pay grade. But cosmic icons as well. I feel like that'd be one of the main things that would be a first for me.
Well, if it helps, I might be able to give you more tangible values toward this whole scale that you're asking about, if you'd like.
You know what? Sure. Why not?
He claps his hands twice, and you see a black chalkboard appear behind him in a flourish of orange sand, with a piece of white chalk appearing in his hand. He turns and scribbles onto it with immense speed, and ends up with a heavily detailed pie chart, including a key with perfectly manuscripted labelings. Now, to put it simply, imagine Zeroth himself being at his 100% universal level full power. When we were separated, we were given a substantial piece of it, but not so much we would ever be able to overpower him. To that end, the idea of giving us less than half would look like us getting about 48% total, while he kept 52%, meaning we would each be roughly 4% universal power. Now, in addition to this, though, we took roughly a fourth of our power and created special trinkets as part of his grand design, so each of us masters are currently sitting at roughly 3% universal power, while each of the Regalia carries 1% universal power.
Okay, I'm following. That makes sense.
It's a large scale, even with the small percentage, which honestly explains why the Marauders want to steal them instead of actually doing the challenge, though. That's also contradictory, because to activate them, you actually have to take the challenge.
Correct. Winning them in a challenge would allow you to gain its special properties and bonuses that come with such powerful trinkets. The fact that they're trying to steal them is a bit counterintuitive, but thankfully they haven't stolen more than one or two of them. Mine's definitely still in my possession.
Well, that's good. Oh, actually, speaking of which, Whittaker, did you ever get yours back? I know we discussed that last time we met, but that's been a few days. I just want to make sure.
Whittaker reaches behind him and pulls out the same white short sword that you saw Lucky walking around with when you first showed up.
Give him a big old thumbs up. Nice. Real glad to see it's back in its rightful hand.
And you see Whittaker smile just ever so slightly.
Dude, give him a thumbs up. My hand is probably as big. That's a bit of exaggeration, but it is funny to think about.
I am rather curious what challenge would befall that Regalia if Lucky just wanted to overall brute force and steal it without any knowledge of, well, actually winning the challenge would be more beneficial.
You see Conroy's eyes go wide. Oh, I didn't know you were aware that you could do challenges that weren't fighting.
It's sort of a spread. Some of you are good at combat and others just aren't, so we just came to the natural conclusion that there'd be challenges that take account for that. I mean, look at Miranda, I don't think I need to say anything about that, do I?
And he puts a hand over his face. Oh yes, she is definitely a fan of getting her hands on her opponent.
Yeah, some of us are pretty well aware.
Oh, don't tell me.
Ignis just turns around from the embarrassment.
I should have realized. I recognized that gemstone on your neck. I didn't want to say anything, but...
I noticed
Well,
that pimp collar on your
What's
neck.
crazy is he's going back to see her multiple times since.
It was for information and you know it.
Yeah, of course, Ignis, of course. Joseph, Barry doesn't believe it. Here's Barry's mindset. He don't judge, but he don't believe you neither. He Barry doesn't.
Goddamn Joker laugh, look at what you've done.
Well, I mean, I also did get this. And then I just pull out Alligan's sword.
Oh, Arledge made you a sword. I was going to say, that's definitely not his Regalia.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't get Miranda's either.
Well, given that most of us engage in combat, despite some of us not being very combative, counts I'm surprised that none of you have earned one yet.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I was the only one who taken, at the very least, a challenge.
So you're the first.
Yeah, pretty much, even though I didn't know it was an actual time.
Well, it's nice to know you've at least made an attempt.
Without knowing, yes. Well, we did technically partake in one combat challenge, but I don't even think that should count.
And who would that be?
The Black Domain, though, granted, that was for a completely different and more complicated reason.
Yeah.
Oh, you actually engaged Cassius to a point.
Yeah, the Black Domain was having an issue, so we went to investigate, and well, his familiar was on quite the rampage.
I haven't gotten the story about that yet. I might need to pay him a visit now that everything's been solved. I would have visited him sooner, but when I saw that magic barrier, I couldn't chance not being able to come back.
Honestly, that is fair.
And worst part is, with how long it's been up for, you no doubt wouldn't have been the first nor the last. So we took one hell of a gamble to see what the hell was going on.
And we were lucky to even be alive.
Hey, you both got off easy. I ended up getting swallowed by the thing, and had to shoot it from within.
Yeah, you at least did the killing shot.
Conroy shuts his book. Now, I should, of course, give you general warning. Zeroth is, in fact, somewhere near. He is lying in wait somewhere on the island itself. He also took a disguised form, you see, so he could be anyone here. He's simply lying in wait and watching for the right moment to reappear. In fact, I will say, there is a chance you may have already met him.
Well, if we've already met, I hope we at least gave a good impression now that we have the full info.
And before it's lucky.
It's lucky. That's... wow.
Yeah. If it actually is lucky, I'm scream.
I guess you'll have to find out the hard way.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
I'm not confirming or denying. I'm just saying you'll have to find out.
Yeah,
If it is lucky and we get punished, you've damned us to hell, Ignister. I hope you're happy with yourself.
My god. Bro, if it is lucky, we are fucked.
Conroy walks over to the machine and places his hand on the stone panel, his eyes lighting up orange again. Truth be told, as you said, not all of us enjoy combat challenges, but that's simply what most of us have ended up doing. Some of us prefer to keep our treasures to things that we personally prefer, as opposed to just straight-up weapons, but it is what you mortals tend to prefer, so we ended up going with the popular choice.
As unfortunate as that is, it makes sense. Yeah, but there's a bunch of y'all domain masters that don't really strike me as the fighting type.
Definitely not me. I prefer a battle of wits, but I have been known to throw my fists when the situation calls for it.
Joseph does point a thumb back at Whittaker. No offense, though, I am kind of curious what his whole challenge deal is. He doesn't strike me as the physical fighter.
Oh no, Whittaker is a surprisingly adept stealth fighter. He knows how to deep and dive into his own snowy domain so expertly you would not know he was there from a snowflake.
We did see him in that snowball fight being incredibly agile, so that does not surprise me. Honestly, he moves a lot like Ignis. I find that fascinating.
And he's not the only stealth fighter among us. Cassius tends to be very sneaky when he's using that Dusk Chris of his.
That makes sense with him, honestly. Meanwhile, we met the Red Domain Master, who's just straight up and, to the point.
That's one of the few domain masters that concerned me a little bit. Like, I like the vast majority of y'all are friendly, and I don't dislike Oudigan. Oudigan just scares the piss out of me.
As he should. Very rarely does he ever get challenged to anything that's non-combat, as do most of us, but he enjoys using his flint flamberge against his enemies.
Yeah, we noticed.
Clearly.
I assume you've seen some of the Regalia, otherwise you wouldn't know much about them. Which ones have you seen thus far?
Okay, so let's go through the list here. We saw Zahia's Nova Fist, whatever, something like
The Nova Knuckles, yes.
the Nova Knuckles. Yeah, we saw Oudigan's Flint Flamberge. Corentin had a bow, though I don't remember that one's name.
Oh yes, I believe his Zeph Arcus was stolen.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he mentioned that it was stolen and he just didn't seem to give a fuck.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
I mean, not like they're gonna be able to do anything with it. They didn't do the challenge.
True. Doran, I don't think he showed or told us, but he carried a harpoon around, so I'm gonna imagine
Oh yes, that would be his Tide Turner.
that's a very apt name. Trying to remember, we didn't see Arledge's.
Oh yes, Arledge's has been out of his hands for some time, the crisscross.
Okay, Miranda showed us her whip in conversation, after which I politely excused myself because, for me, she falls in the same boat as Oudigan. She scares me. She really does.
She does enjoy that Star Scourge of hers.
Ugh. Let's see. Whittaker's, we're not seeing Whittaker use it, but when it was stolen, we fought the dude who stole it and then tried to use it. It was really funny watching him just attempt to use it, even though it was stolen and didn't work, obviously.
If I was a violent man, I'd go after the man who took away his milk of a glass. Whittaker is a very special person in this regard. Sadly, it's not just Whittaker. Our siblings and I, we've all dealt with much of the same kind of abuse that Whittaker's dealt with. People see us as monsters, demons, evil, you name it, and for reasons that are obvious and some that are not. Whittaker is special in that regard. He's always been a timid soul, afraid of his own shadow at times. The rest of us are all more than willing to defend ourselves, some further than that. But he is afraid to harm anyone at all, even in self-defense, and not just because his power over cold is unrivaled. He steps over and ruffles Whittaker's hair playfully, making him sputter and shake his head. He adores people, much as the rest of our family, but he's also afraid of them, as he has no idea whom he can trust anymore. Morana being so close to him is a very recent development, and one I'm grateful for.
And from what I've gathered, he's taken a shine to me at the very least.
And that I am also grateful for. The more friends he has, the better he will do.
Why do you sound like moist critical?
Why does everyone
We've made that joke so many times over the years, it's just commonplace.
What is with my voice? Sometimes I sound like Chills, and then the next everyone's like, "Oh, it's Moist Critical." Hi.
Well, when you talk with the low tone, you are identical to him vocally.
Hold on, yeah. Speaking of
Today we are talking about the controversy regarding the 13 Island Guardians.
Well, 12.
Raven, speaking of really low voice
Oh,
real
no.
quick, I need to see this.
Oh, that's so.
Listen, man. The controversy is that I just wanted some good.
Damn, I can hear it now. Oh, that's actually great. I've never noticed that before.
Yeah, because I'm typically amped up during these sessions. I never had to do a low voice.
That's true, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get back to the list then. You were asking about Silver next?
Yeah, okay, so FOMO, we only met him the once. I don't think we saw it unless it happened to be Gavel. The Gavel didn't strike me as particularly Regalia-like.
Oh, no. He doesn't tend to show off very often, but he has a pair of rye revolvers.
Oh,
Really?
he's the sheriff in town, got it.
That is the general jest that most people come to when they realize.
Alright, Thanatos, we saw that one in action.
He doesn't normally show off the Grim Requiem very often. I'm surprised you weren't scared of it.
Oh no, I was! I just wasn't on the receiving end. I just have no intention to ever be on the receiving end, so I'm not as scared of him as some others.
Well, we've seen it on less fortunate circumstances, as, well, once again, the Marauders thought it'd be a good time to come, and of course, it was during the funeral.
Well, let me guess. They took one look at his scythe and ran.
No, he
No,
didn't give him the chance.
They did not have the chance to run, and even when they did see it, they thought they were going to be able to do something.
Even I know that Thanatos can be quite terrifying when he's interrupted from doing his duties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you can't even really blame him. Who attacks a funeral service?
Disgraceful.
The most ironic part is, like, from what I've seen in the war, like, not even the actual goddamn Nazis did that. And that says a whole lot, actually.
It really does.
Yeah, no kidding. Keep going down the list here. Cassius, I think he showed his off very briefly in conversation once, and you mentioned it earlier as the Crescent Chris, I believe you said?
The Dusk Chris. Yes, it's a wavy Vanta Black dagger. That thing scares me.
Yeah, we saw that one in passing once when we first met him. And then finally Tlaloc. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. I know we saw it, but out of
Oh yes, it's Warhammer, the Cliffbreaker.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, these weapon names have some Dark Souls-ass energy to them.
So, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. The first word of each of these Regalia names are actually the characters' nicknames. Not their job titles, just their nicknames. When
That's
they were
funny.
Out-Again's original nickname was supposed to be Flint.
Oh.
And Tlaloc's original name was going to be Cliff.
Oh
Oh,
nice.
Cliff and his weapon, the thing that kills Cliff.
It was supposed to be funny, which means that Doran's name was going to be Tide. Corentin's nickname was Zeph. Like, I put a lot of effort into these additional names.
Actually, come to think of it, we done gone through the whole darn list here. What's your Regalia then?
He points to the stone panel in the front of the chamber. That would be this little artifact I call the Sanskrit Chronicle.
Huh.
He reaches down and grabs the orange stone panel on the front of the machine and attempts to yank it off. You see, his attempt failed.
You need help?
You want me to lift that for you?
I've got it. He attempts to yank it out again and again, speaking all the while. I've been using the power of my Regalia, and he turns and grabs it at a different angle, to speed up the development of new books. It finally pops off the front of the machine, and he flops onto his back in the middle of the floor. And in only a few seconds, that same chunk of stone comes flying down and lands right on his stomach.
Can Barry like make a roll to catch it so he don't hurt himself?
You know what? Go right ahead. I'll let you have that one.
What would be the roll for that?
Let's make it athletics.
Athletics. I'm good at that. That's my +4.
If you get a
now.
0, I'm gonna die laughing.
Dude, the only way I get a 0 is if I roll all negative. Do not jinx. I am going to.
Oh!
Okay.
Yeah,
We're
no,
fine.
you just snatch it right out of the air and hold it over top of him.
Sorry about grabbing it without your permission. I just didn't want you to hurt yourself.
Oh, no, it's quite alright. He stands back up, taking the stone panel back into his hand, revealing that it's attached to a handle grip and an arm strap. Now, I can still do this without the regalia, of course, but it takes a bit more effort.
I see.
He operates a buckler shield.
I was like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so it's kind of a big slab. It's like, sort of like, maybe like an arcane focus. Maybe, helps. No, it's just a fucking slab that he uses as
Wait, you mean these tiny-ass fucking dinner plate-looking shields?
One begets function, I guess.
Yep.
That's so great.
Oh, yes, buckler shield. I mean, no, wrong name. It's the prototype dual disc that we saw in Duelist Kingdom.
Oh, haha.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh,
Alright.
boy. Morana takes Whittaker's hand in her own. Well, I think that's enough reality-shattering news for one day. I think it's time for the two of us to go home.
Alrighty.
She
I'll
says
take
that
care
like
now.
it's a natural occurrence.
This
Well,
is
you gotta
diamond.
remember, this is all
I mean-
knowledge that she had predisposed to her that was put into a book. She knew the whole time.
I mean, and she's
know-
no doubt taught this to other members of the island, aka the students, so... This is
You know
nothing
what?
for her.
You know what? You got me.
She kneels down beside Whittaker suddenly and just gives him a big, deep, inviting hug before waving to your group and heads right for the exit with him in hand. And you see Conroy smile a bit and lean against the machine, his arms crossed. You know, at the end of the day, Whittaker really is quite lucky to have her. She might be the one person to help keep him in one piece.
No kidding.
So, as long as you're here, will there be anything else I can help you with, or will just this book do?
Okay, I do have one question for you about, Zeroth and then the 12 concepts around him. Well, kind of about that, but also kind of not. So I know that y'all 12 and Zeroth are kind of the things that everything else was built off of. Is there anything else outside of y'all?
He stares at you with a very curious glance and crosses his arms. Well, I suppose it's possible, but as we are entities of our own universal creation, we never really thought about it very much.
Alright. That's all. I was just curious. Barry lies through his teeth.
Light as naturally as he breathed.
Alright, well, you guys have gotten a huge chunk of lore and information about the island and its overall purpose. Do you want to ask him
Yep.
anything else before you guys leave, or are you good here?
Alongside the book, Joseph will, bring up, I was actually wondering about another thing. I was actually wondering if I could take a copy of, well, my book that was made. I know there's several volumes, but I suppose just volume 1 can be a start.
Oh yes, we can definitely do that. He happily trudges you guys back toward the main library itself and goes over to the history horror combination section.
Question, did he put his regalia back where it was?
He did. Sorry, I should have mentioned.
I was just curious. It doesn't really matter at all. I'm just wondering.
He's never getting that thing back, is he?
We already know that stealing the regalia don't work.
Yeah, I mean, you basically just have an indestructible trinket. It doesn't even do anything.
Although
Yeah.
that does still give the I don't know, I forgot what you call it. It does still give Conroy's regalia some usage, even if you steal it, since it's a shield.
Mm-hmm. And since it's I suppose there's no harm in saying it, since it's a shield, that means it has the guard property, so if you use your reaction while you're wearing that particular variety of shield, it'll give you a +1 to your athletics attempts.
Nice.
Yeah. Now you can guard extra successfully.
No different than how your Treton shield works.
You know what? Fair enough.
So he trudges back into the library with your group and finds the book that Joseph was mentioning. And true to his word, there are a few different volumes of this overall story called Soldier Boy.
We can be mature about this.
Yes, we can. But we're
I'm
not
very
going to.
tempted. I'm very tempted, but the joke is overdone. And that says a lot coming from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he hands you the first
GG.
volume of the book and says, you can hold on to this for 1 week for 1Z and just return it and there won't be any overage fees. And he eyes the counter where the 40-year blight book is currently buried under.
And that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah.
So you guys have gotten all this information. I guess there's no need for you to be at the Orange Domain anymore. Where do you want to go next?
That's a good question. We don't really have an agenda at this point, because our agenda for the longest time was just see all the domains. We did that and then got wrapped up in the potion investigation.
I mean,
And now we're doing
Yeah.
I mean, aside from that, I suppose there are some more personal, like character development based things we could do.
I have one thing that I kind of want to do, but I don't know if it's worth doing the whole rest of the session about. You know.
Well, what is it?
So Nanashi, I want to forewarn you. I haven't mentioned thinking about in the back of my head, so it's fully all right if you're not prepared to do this. I thought it'd be kind of neat if we went back to the circus and Barry tried to learn Victor Frankenstein's magic combining.
That's an interesting idea. I am not prepared to try and see if it's possible for you to learn Victor's chimera magic, but we could definitely dedicate that to another session in the future because I have nothing prepared for that.
Yeah, no, that's just something I've been thinking about in the back of my head, because like Barry isn't, super magically inclined, but like if I could like I just thought it'd be really neat if I could type some magic at the same time. I'm just saying, if like say I go to grapple someone and infuse like orange and yellow magic at the same time. Like the combinations of statuses.
The combination of statuses are satisfying to watch unfold.
Exactly.
Can't believe Barry plays the Chimera Fusion deck. Shaking my damn head.
Well, if that's the case, I do have a recommendation, if that's okay with you guys.
Yep.
So, you guys learned about all the different regalia, but if you recall, Arledge does not have his for some reason, and you never found out why.
Well, that's true, because Arledge never brought it up. We didn't think to bring it up and we only just now learned.
Yeah.
So what we could do then is for the rest of the session, you could go down there and talk to him about it, just out of curiosity.
You know what? That sounds fun.
Alright,
Yeah.
so you guys are going to head down to the Violet Domain then?
Love the Violet Domain. Yeah, let's trudge literally to the polar opposite end of the city.
Because why
Alright.
not?
Yeah, Joseph's escapade in the gray domain can wait, I suppose.
Barry might do some work while he's there just to get a little bit of extra cash.
Just so you can blow it all again? Damn.
Money is meant to be spent.
Not everything
Zero
at once.
context for this.
More money don't do no good for nobody.
Listen, you gotta spend it at, like, reasonable intervals, Chief, and Barry has
I
not
did
done
spend
that.
it at a reasonable interest. I spent it every time we needed something.
Okay, but you also spent some money on us, which caused you to go broke.
Yeah, and y'all needed to be hydrated.
Actually, what am I talking about? Barry wouldn't be able to afford a Yu-Gi-Oh deck at this rate.
I mean,
We'll
depends
put
on
you
how
on the
much.
Dolce.
Depends on how much the average deck or meta deck is here.
I say, what year is this? Is 2014? Dude, what was the Yu-Gi-Oh meta like in 2014?
I believe it was Pendulum Monsters.
Was
Huh.
Pendulum really 2014?
It's around when they started, but they didn't really take off for another year.
I think that was
Okay.
still. I think it was still somewhat. I think it was like after Dragon Rulers, and then they did like some fucking Satellar or Clown Blade shenanigans before Pepe completely blew up.
I wasn't Playing Yu-Gi-Oh back then, so I don't.
Yeah, I didn't start properly playing Yu-Gi-Oh
It was
after Pendulums got big.
it was a weird middle interval. I just remember Clownblade being a deck for like a week, and then just something better came along.
That's usually how it went after about 2012, yeah.
What the fuck is Clownblade?
Clownblade was a combination of 2 cards, a Heroic Challenger card and a Performapal card, I think it was.
Yes,
Performance.
it was Thousand Blades, and then it was Trick Clown, and basically it was the most spammiest rank 4 toolbox deck ever with those 2 headlining it.
What
What the heck was that?
I
Whose
have no-
pacemaker just went off?
I don't know. That wasn't me.
It came from Suba.
No, it didn't.
I don't know. Your circle lit up. I was watching.
That's because I reacted to it.
Well, whatever it was, I think it's okay. So, let's go ahead and continue into the game, to the Violet Domain.
To the Violet Domain.
I'm gonna summon Captain Planet at this rate.
Alright, well, upon walking into the gateway, you see that things have actually changed a little bit. Where originally it was just a small open area leading down a stretch of dirt road, there are now tables and grills and people running around getting supplies together for what looks like a massive picnic of some sort. And right...
Cookout!
Yup.
That's in character. Barry's like, cookout!
Yup. And right at the head of it all, you actually see Arledge standing up front, carrying large sacks of what looks like potatoes.
Arledge! Y'all cooking out?
He drops down the sacks, hearing his voice being called, and immediately trots over to your group. Damn straight, we ain't had a cookout in a while.
Just leave him in the middle like that. Sounds good.
Hell yeah.
So what brings y'all by? I ain't seen you since yesterday.
Yeah, that's true. It was yesterday. If you really want to get technical, it was like in the wee hours of the morning today, but...
Oh, details.
Any more
Yeah.
exaggerated, and Arledge is gonna sound like Larry the Cable Guy.
Now, I tell you what.
The southern accent is one of the few accents I can actually do, considering where I live.
Fair. But keep exaggerating it, and well, we're gonna be calling him Larry instead of Arledge.
Fair enough.
Well, okay. It's kind of a long story, but the long and short of it is, we went by the Orange Domain because we needed to check out a book. We ended up doing some discussion about various regalia, and someone let slip that you had lost yours, and curiosity took over.
Oh, shoot. Well, if y'all are here to challenge me for my regalia, I'm afraid you can't. It's been gone for 10 years and change.
No, challenge you was not on the mind. It was rather, if you lost it, is there a way we can get it back if you have any leads?
Oh, no, I didn't lose it. Someone won it.
Wait,
Someone won it.
Wait, what?
They actually won?
Oh, yeah.
The only times we've seen regalia go to anyone besides the main man, them being stolen. I didn't think y'all could lose your challenges, frankly.
Oh, yeah, no, it was an hour-long fight. 4v1. It was a hell of a scrap.
wait, 4v1?
Oh, yeah, people challenge us to team fights all the time.
Nanashi, did he lose his regalia to the beta campaign?
No.
No, damn it. You said a 4v1, and I'm like, wait a minute, ain't no way.
You don't
Fucking
actually know how many
imagine.
players were in the beta campaign.
Yeah, but 4 is generally the go-to number. Like, it's usually, 4 or 5.
Fair enough.
Alright, well, fair enough, I reckon. Just,
Wait, do you remember who exactly won it?
He takes a thoughtful pose and thinks for a minute. That's a good question. They called themselves the Chamberlains. The leader was this scrappy little purple bird fella. Had a real fancy name.
I can only think of one purple bird, and I don't like the implications. Was that purple bird's name Akarui by any chance?
That's it!
I don't know how I feel about the implications of that. Arledge, you know who took over as King of Diadem after passed away, don't you?
Oh, yeah. And he earned that place.
Hey, fair enough. Well, not passed away. Oh, yeah, that's right. Warden retired and then passed away recently. My bad. I got my words confused. All right, fair enough. Oh, the Ankh necklace. That makes so much sense.
Yep.
It's worth noting that when Barry comes here, the southern accent, he can't not.
The The more he does it, the more the image Alice sent the other day makes so much sense.
Which image was that? I don't even remember.
It's basically Barry like recreating that one.
Oh yeah, the image that was generated of Barry against the board with the pictures and the red thread.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you were noticing that he was wearing that pendant in the first place. I am so glad you picked up on that so quick.
You see, I clocked that he had an Ankh pendant, but I'm just like, okay, Akarui likes Egyptian symbolism. It didn't. It suddenly it all just kind of came together. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Fair enough. Well, anyway, since y'all are here having a cookout, y'all need a hand?
Oh, thanks, but I got plenty of help here. And the second he says that, you see a dude just wobbling by carrying 3 sacks of food that are clearly too big for him. And he's doing the whole wobble to the right 3 steps, wobble to the left 4 steps, looking like he's ready to drop it.
I hate how I relate to it. God damn it.
Are you sure?
Well,
Because
hey.
that man looks like he really needs a hand.
Arledge walks over and picks up 2 of those 3 sacks right off the top, revealing the person holding them up to be Samson.
Hey, it's Samson the chicken
from the
man.
Bible?
No, Samson the chicken farmer.
From the Bible?
Old man Samson, but why?
And when he takes the sacks, he puts one on top of each of his shoulders. Now, Sonny, I've told you I appreciate y'all's help, but you gotta slow down. He goes, yeah, I know. I'm just trying to be of help here, you know? And then he notices your guys' group. Oh, hey, what are you guys doing here?
You know, dropping by, seeing the goings on.
Cool.
Actually, Sonny, while you were standing right here, we had one thing we wanted to talk to you about.
He wobbles over to a nearby table and puts down the 3rd sack that he has been holding onto this entire time, and goes, okay, yeah, what's up?
So, fairly recently, within the past very list the time frame, if you come across a Rhode Island Red that you took down to Kaylin's pet shop.
Rhode Island Red to he's thinking really hard, and all of a sudden his head looks like it's starting to hurt. Sonny, what? I'm sorry. I've been having some issues with my memory for a while now. I don't quite remember that. Did I bring him, Sonny? Well, no, wait. But
Easy there. Don't blow a fuse now.
sorry. It was just a nickname from my childhood. My actual name is Samson von Sydow.
Oh, all right.
From the Bible?
Old man Samson from Scooby-Doo?
Really just driving that joke. Really just running that joke into the ground.
Yeah.
Yes. Because why
Roll a
not?
freeze, man.
But yeah, I don't quite remember. It was so long ago, I don't really remember anything happening from there. My memory's been pretty chopped up for a while now. I only have bits and pieces.
Oh.
It's one of the reasons I hang out here, because Arledge is trying to help me get it back, because he thinks it might be some kind of head trauma, maybe? He can't quite pin down what it is.
Oh, okay. That's all right. No sweat.
That and my family's chicken farm is here, so
All right, fair enough. Hey, no
Yep.
problems.
he takes a seat on the table and just kind of stares out into space, thinking very, very deeply, which is when Arledge comes back over and tells your group, you know, we're going to be working on this cookout pretty much for a while. It won't be ready until the evening. We still got a few things to get ready. If y'all want, you can come back and get yourself a plate.
You know, I would be lying if I said that I would.
Yeah, I'm with him. We might have to come back full plate. Hey, Arledge, while you standing here, I want to ask, what's going on with my own curiosity, and what's going on with Samson's memory problems? I was just asking him about something, and he's having a struggle.
Oh, right. We're not really sure. I think he hit his head and made his memory jumbled up. He's been saying for a while back and forth that he's always lived here, never lived here, had a chicken farm, he was in college, he had a friend, he doesn't have a friend. It's really weird. Worst part is that there's days where he said he used to be a chicken.
Does his family actually have a chicken farm here?
Oh yeah, they farm eggs.
Right. Okay. Well, at least that's accurate. Yeah, I was asking him. What happened was we ended up with a chicken of our own as a pet, and we took said chicken. It was a Rhode Island Red, real nice bird. to Kalen's pet shop for vaccinations, right? And Kalen was like, "Oh, I reckon. Think Samson had it at one point. We was coming here to ask Samson about that. Apparently that's gotten him in a big old struggle over there on that table."
I might have to talk to Caleb about that then. I love that little guy. He makes all the pet food I use for all my animals.
Oh yeah, we buy pet food from him as well. He's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's all handmade.
Really
Real
no.
good stuff.
He mainly makes it out of lamb and reed sprouts.
Oh,
Anywho, if you all want to know more about my regalia, go talk to King Akarui. He's the holder. He's had it for a while.
hey, fair enough. All right, well,
And hey, if y'all do that and you work up an appetite, come by and grab a plate. We'll be grilling pretty much all evening.
oh yeah.
Now,
Let's say, we
now
ain't
you're
even
making
had
me
lunch
hungry.
yet.
Great.
We ain't even had lunch yet. So like, shit, we'll have a hell of an appetite when we get back.
Looking forward to it. I bet you can put away a lot, can't you, big guy?
Hell, you best believe.
Alright, so from here, will you guys be going to talk to Akarui real quick to get some answers about that?
We could.
You know what? Why not?
Stay so busy.
Well, I mean, it's not like we have anything better to do.
Fair point. All right, we're off to see the king, the wonderful king of Diadem, and before like massive plot twist.
Well, I say this without irony, but when you enter the City Hall building again, you see Nash running around like a chicken with its head cut off, carrying stacks of papers and folders that almost as tall as he is in multiple directions.
Hey, fellas, maybe it's a bad time.
And then all of a sudden he notices you and goes, hey, what are you... I don't have you guys in the schedule. And he loses his balance and flops over onto the table, his 2-foot-tall stack of folders flopping across his desk.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We were just here to talk to King Akarui about some stuff. Is now a bad time? Yeah, I seem kind of busy.
He wobbles a bit as he stands back up, shaking his head rapidly. Sorry, we're kind of buried under paperwork, budget issues, and all that, but it's nothing too criminal. You wanted to see the king?
If possible, if now's a bad time, we could always come back at a little.
I can at least ask. I mean, might as well, right?
All right, fair enough, if you don't mind.
He takes a breath, sighs deeply, and flops into his seat, hitting the intercom button. Sir, I know we're not supposed to bother you, but the heroes are here, and they wanted to talk to you about something. I assume it's important. And you hear the garbled voice on the other end say, "Send them in, I'll make it work." And Nash grabs his clipboard. Best to not keep him waiting.
Alright, fair enough. Dude, I hate that Nash said it's probably important, and we're just here on like, hey, we heard you won our Regalia. What's that like? It's like not important, really.
This is a complete waste of my time. I'm gonna kill all three of you now.
You go into the office space, and you find Akarui furiously scribbling across a series of papers, signing off on each one of them with perfect calligraphy, and he drops the pen after a solid minute, and you could almost swear you see steam rolling off the tip. He sighs and flops back into his chair, gripping his writing hand by the wrist and flexing his digits. My apologies, heroes. I am quite literally buried under paperwork. New project budgeting, noise complaints, property damage repair orders. I have a lot to do. I'll have to be rude and ask you to keep this brief. What can I do for you today?
Well, to keep a long story short, we were doing some asking around about Regalia, and heard tell that you won, Arledge's Regalia, and we just thought we'd come here out of curiosity to see it. Didn't realize it'd be such a bad time.
His eyes suddenly flare wide, and he reaches for his intercom button. Nash, please hold all my calls, paperworks, and meetings until further notice. This just became a top priority meeting. He shuts off his intercom, leaning forward in his seat. So, I'm assuming you talked to Arledge before you came here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd like to preface this, we're not here trying to win it, we're just here out of curiosity and wanting to lay eyes on it.
He picks up the pendant hanging around his neck and rubs his thumb over the sleeping bunny on the front. I was 23 when my team and I arrived a decade ago. The prior ruler told us about the island's rules immediately, said it was the only way he knew to get off the island, and needless to say, we were very enthusiastic to try our hands at escaping. Now, we didn't go in blind or anything, we did a tremendous amount of research, reading, investigating, we even interrogated former Regalia hunters. Based on what we learned, Arledge seemed to have the least combat experience, so we decided he would be our first win. He steps out from behind his desk, eyes on his writing hand while he flexes his fingers, causing the joints to pop softly. We were right and wrong at the same time. He warned us fighting him would not be a smart move, but we didn't listen. We trusted our own research more than his warning. You see him hop up onto the top of the desk and has a seat on the edge, picking up his pen and twirling it in his fingers with perfect fluidity. He was a pacifist by nature, but he was still a monster. He kept trying to exhaust us into surrendering, kind of like a war of attrition type style, but when he actually hit us... Whew.
Yeah. I'm the strong man of our group, and even when I shook hands with Arledge, I could tell he was leagues above me in raw strength.
It's worse than you realize. Our fight went on for a full hour, 4 against 1, and we still barely won, and I was the only one left standing after. When he handed me the Regalia, he said he was happy he was the first we fought, because the rest will be far worse. And he was right. Every master we fought after that one, we lost. These masters are nightmares.
Yeah, no kidding.
He grips that pen tightly in his hand, crushing it into tiny pieces, except for the ink cartridge in the middle, which is perfectly intact. The closest one we came to beating after was Conroy, and we ended up fighting each other more than him. We blame ourselves for being headstrong and stupid, but I'm not joking when I say that was only 1% of our loss. He places the destroyed pen pieces onto the desk, his eyes turning downward. A few months later, there was a certain incident, and it made me really sit down and reevaluate what we were doing. Trying to escape the island, be it the Regalia challenges or alternative methods, is literally killing us. The people were sort of their own worst enemies in the grand scheme of things. And he smiles a little finally, looking back up to your group. So I ran to be the next ruler of Diadem, and I won. I vowed to make this land as prosperous as possible for the sake of the people and to deter them from going through the same nightmare we did, primarily by calling it out the Regalia system for what it was, a seemingly impossible, hokey magic legend. And it worked for the most part, barring exceptions like your group.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't actually gone Regalia hunting, so... As a matter of fact, only one of us have ever participated in a challenge ever, and even that was...
And his eyes flare wide again. One of you actually participated?
That's not hard for you to tell. A glances at Ignis.
God, you guys are hitting every prompt I've got.
Well, basically how it went was, I required information, like, things got a bit, intimate, let's just say the very least.
You haven't even said which domain master it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna say this right now. It was against Miranda.
And Akarui nods, absolutely rapt and fascinated with every word coming out of your mouth right now.
And, well, I didn't know it was a challenge at the time. And so, one thing led to another, and let's just say that I didn't end up winning the challenge, which was probably for the best.
Akarui nods a little bit. Well, that is concerning. He reaches over and grabs the power cord on the back of his intercom, yanking the cables clear out of the wall. About a year into my term, we discovered something else, something we missed in our initial research, and it's not always visibly apparent, but it is consistent, and it now concerns Ignis. He looks you all in the eye as seriously as he can muster. I've barely physically aged during my term as king, and neither has the rest of my team.
Are you saying that challenges don't age normally?
That is what I'm leading to, yes. I can count the number of feathers I've shed over the last year on both hands, and I'm supposed to molt annually. And the rest of my team have identical signs. Slow shedding fur, slow molting skin, slow growing head hair. We aren't ageless, but we are definitely not aging normally anymore. And it's not just us either. There are a handful of other people on the island that are triple-digit age.
Like the former king, for example.
Exactly.
Which would imply that at one point he challenged someone for the Regalia.
It took us a long time to figure out what was going on, but the answer was right in front of us the whole time. The people that were given this boon of slow age were all former Regalia hunters. The numbers between them differed somewhat, but it was a confirmable pattern.
Look at that, Joseph, and now you have a bunch of ageless buddies to hang out with.
I would not wish my own plight upon even the Nazis.
So you mean to tell me anybody who partakes in a challenge ages really slowly?
It's a little more complicated than that. We weren't the only ones researching this either. He pulls out a stack of older papers and holds them out to your group. This is the life's work of one Dr. and Professor Sebastian Whitmore, who was studying the island's unusual magical effects. I do not joke when I say his intelligence might even rival that of our curator of curiosity, Conroy. He theorized the island, the masters, their regalia, the very foundation of the magic they wield, puts the mortal body into a kind of peak state, and attempts to keep it there, if not further refine it over time. Whitmore theorized proper utilization of these magics could lead to one gaining infinite knowledge and power even. If I understand correctly, he made a genuine attempt at such a feat through the use of alchemy, but any other evidence of such disappeared with him and his assistant.
Barry just has like a moment of grand revelation. Equilibrium elevating mankind to his level.
To put it simply, every person that visited all 12 masters had their aging slowed, but it was more like half speed, unnoticeable to most people except their closest friends and family. The physical changes were much more apparent, though. I'm talking strength to throw cars, speed to deflect bullets, resilience to heal scars from times long past, just to name a few.
You're literally naming things that have happened to all of us since we've been here.
I had a feeling that might have been the case. Specifically, you were the most obvious, since you don't wear full-body garb.
Well, guilty, yeah. I'm pretty sure I've grown like 3 clothes sizes since I've been here.
Though granted, even without the full body garb, I wouldn't have been obvious myself. I've had something similar even before I came to the island. The only difference I can say is that my condition didn't exactly make me as strong as all these Regalia hunters, but more so just durable to an extent, but it's less super healing like they all have, and more so just the equivalent of just keeping a broken doll intact until professionals get to work on it.
That is true, but if you recall, at the start of certain mornings, you do remember that some of your scars were beginning to heal despite them being there for literal years.
Specifically the mornings after we leveled up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now that you mention it, Joseph will pull up both of his sleeves where a literal streak of a scar from like shoulder to wrist was there when he showed Calum that one time. You notice that it is dulling over a bit. I noticed that these have been dulling over as well in some of the mornings.
That does tend to be what happens. Every so often, every couple of days or so, you start to feel that effect until you reach that peak state. The ones that had it the worst, though, were the ones that challenged the masters for their regalia. It didn't matter if they won or lost, exposure was all that was needed. And if our math is right, each unique exposure would multiply that longevity. Theoretically, this means a 13 times lengthened lifespan.
I assume it shouldn't be just isolated to mere regalia hunting or even combat, because these effects happen the moment we just talk to them, like you would with a normal person.
Well, like I said, exposure to the 12 domains themselves are what kickstarts it, but the regalia themselves and challenging the masters seems to be what perpetuates it further. Can you imagine, though, what would happen to the people if they knew they could live to be upwards of 1,000 years old? The economic crisis alone of an almost undying population that still needs to be fed would be immeasurable and well beyond even the domains threshold, theoretically. To say nothing of the social stigma that comes from people that age that slowly, and he just stares at Joseph.
As someone with their own kind of experience brought by a different, more horrifying method, I lived a long life of regret and hardships. There's a lot of things I even had to sacrifice, and let me tell you, even if the Führer himself begged me for that kind of thing, I would just tell him it's honestly not worth it, as much as he desired it.
Well, imagine stumbling into that completely by accident.
Kind of like we have. It is very ironic you say go can have this effect to start with, and what we got here, well, it was literally a priority for us to go see all the domains. We walked right into it, hook, line, and sinker.
Well, you can't say I didn't try to warn you against it.
Yeah, like we ain't even done no challenges. Well, Ignis aside.
The only positive thing we found is it doesn't transmit to their children, but imagine a father watching his kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, and every generation beyond that pass away before his first gray hair, and he still knows he's going to die at a point he can't even calculate.
Oh.
No, boy.
Yeah,
I mean,
mildly horrifying.
I mean, I don't exactly need to imagine that. I've already seen glimpses of my daughter when I came back to the mainland.
Well, that realization reinforced my decision to deter people from the masters, the challenges, and the regalia as much as I could. I wouldn't stop them outright because traveling between them was going to happen no matter what I did, but I'd make it very apparent conquering the legend was a Sisyphean endeavor that would only get more uphill the more they tried. But that doesn't mean we're stuck here forever. I mentioned when you arrived that we are working on another way out, and every day progress is being made. At this point, it's a waiting game.
Yeah, and Ash was telling us that his proposal got accepted. Real happy for the fella.
His eyebrows raised. I didn't know he told you about that. He tends not to talk about things of that nature.
Well, he was going to the R&D building, and he offered to drop us off at the Thunderforce branch office on the way. We're just making polite car ride conversation. And he told us about it. Because I was curious why he was going to the R&D building. So I asked.
Well, I've pinned all our futures on that boy succeeding. I fought with the city's representatives for months to get the funding for him, but they turned it down in every corner. Called it a pipe dream, cited safety concerns after the drill incident, and were concerned about the inconvenience to the residents if it fails. But when the first Marauder attacks started occurring, opinions started to shift pretty quickly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
While the overall intentions of the Marauders and the underlying conflict they present, it would definitely get a lot of heads turning into the direction you don't want them to be.
Now, you mentioned Wharton Tarb earlier. Outside of myself and my team, most of the people affected elected to keep their age to themselves and live as normal a life as they can tolerate. And I prefer to respect that, but there are a few people I know of that don't care who knows about their extreme age, or at least aren't hiding it. In addition to the former ruler of Diadem, Wharton Tarb, there's the retired teacher Morana Snetskov and ringmaster Victor von Frankenstein.
We literally just saw her earlier today. I should have guessed as much. It just makes too much sense.
Now, I know you said in the beginning that you were not interested in challenging me for this Regalia, and I am grateful for that because I in no way, shape, or form would make that easy for you. It would be a fight you do not want.
Yeah, we're good. I don't really care about that smoke.
I would expect you would not make it easy since, a Regalia is at stake.
According to Conroy's math, as he told us today, it equivalates to 1% universal power. And shit, I don't think the three of us add up to that by ourselves.
Probably not.
We've been doing a lot of research today.
So I've noticed. He picks up the pendant and stares at it. I believe that's the kind of power this thing has. The unyielding benefits that come from having a Regalia genuinely attached to you, it's worth every drop of blood, sweat, and tears that we shed.
Forgive me if this is prying a bit too much, but I am kind of curious, Of the four of us as a group, the three of us plus Chimo as a group, we all had our roles and our proficiencies in combat. Forgive me for asking, what's your specialty? What are you good at?
Hang on, I actually have a blurb about this. I need a second.
Here, while you pull that up, would you mind if I go to the restroom real quick?
Go right ahead. I'll wait.
I've been holding it since our conversation. I've got to go.
You do it.
Well, I suppose with him going to the bathroom and you pulling up the blurb, we could ask Suba his thoughts so far.
Yeah, we could.
I'm following along. Seems rather interesting.
Neat.
I call dibs on the first Regalia we get.
That is, if we decide to get one.
Yeah.
I
I know the info dump near the middle could have been overwhelming to a degree, but it's nice to hear the vibes are at least fine.
Mm-hmm.
I was not ready for it.
I don't think anyone here was.
No. I apologize for giving you that much of a lore dump, honestly. I was dreading it with the new player sitting down at the table, but it's probably best that he knows what he's getting himself into before he does it.
Lore beam.
Lore laser.
As opposed to the Holocaust beam.
No, that's a different RPG system.
It's from Charles Xavier.
It's from Fatal.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one. I was making a reference to something else. Oh no. Imagine playing as a Holocaust survivor in Fatal and someone uses that on you.
You don't ever play Fatal.
And the off chance someone out there did, out of pure, unadulterated curiosity,
I'm
That
back.
would be the worst time for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't play it ever.
I was our team's stealth specialist. Jensen was our mage and gunner. Valios was our aggressive melee, and Harkin was our mid-ranger and disabler.
Oh, the 3 Thunder Force. Oh, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. I believe it.
Well, I hope this information gives you something to work toward. I know trying to get off the island is just as much your guys' prerogative as it is ours, but we do have something working that might get us out of here in a matter of a few months if you're willing to wait that long. I can't stop you from going after other directives, but it's really up to you at this point.
All right,
I mean,
fair enough.
me personally, I'm kind of just 50-50 on leaving the island. I mean, I didn't exactly have a whole lot to look forward to back there. Already lost my shot at being a dad, so maybe this place could open up some opportunities if things go swell. But the
Hey,
Marauders
you know-
are kind of making it difficult, not gonna lie.
Look at it this way. There's a bunch of just very, very slowly aging people going around because they messed the business. You could try again.
Now bring up that one Omni-Man meme with Joseph over it. I can always start again. Make another kid.
We can finally be B. This is good news, Mark. We can be B.
What, 17 more years? I could always start again.
Okay, so I need to pause the game right here and now. You have been just given pretty much every piece of lore information regarding this game's backstory that I can allow you to have, which means that this is now the end of Act 1.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
This is a defining moment in your campaign, because from here, I need to know, what are you guys going to do?
Define us.
I'm not good at long-term plans.
Neither am I.
I mean,
I
Jo-
think I'm gonna be introduced next session as a character. That's my plan.
Yes. Yes, you will. Provided the campaign continues.
I mean, I sure hope it does.
Well, that's the thing.
What? I was about to say, you think we're an objection?
I need to know that you guys are planning on continuing this campaign with all of this information, if your guys' characters are still going to try and get off the island, or if you're okay with just staying here.
I mean, Joseph may be 50-50, but he's not going to give up on quite the exploration option. That, and I do have plans to actually develop his character more, so...
Let's say we still gotta go beat the Marauders up.
And that is an element that you have the option to do. But you have been handed the one definitive method that, as far as you can tell, is the only guaranteed way to get you off the island. I need to know, with that information in mind, if you guys are still going to continue the campaign, because if you are going to continue it with that option right in front of you, then we're going to keep going. If you're not, then this game ends here.
I mean, Joseph most definitely will, but he will need a lot of prep, so a lot of his route is going to be like that.
Yeah, and Barry's not gonna, abandon the homies. That, and there is a small, as y'all know, as I've talked about, he does have this kind of small urge to go try and challenge Tlaloc, just because being the strongest is a pride point for Barry.
Alright, then from this session forward, we will begin Act 2. The first act was essentially an overarching story of an introduction. This is your guys' grand escape.
This is the heist.
And I am so glad you guys have stuck through with this for so long. I didn't want to scare you with this, but this is something that I have been planning for a while, because this is the most important turning point in the game, barring probably something happening closer toward the end of it all.
Alright.
So, I don't want to end this on a somber note, so I'm just going to say we're going to end the session right here and now, and we will be taking the next session on the 30th of November, which is in 3 weeks from now. So you guys better get fucking prepared.
I mean, I've been prepared. I mean, Joseph has all the time he needs to get prepped up to fight any of the domain masters. So,
Dude, How? You see, here's the thing, right? I know you're going on this big thing about the Domain Master. I feel like we got bigger problems right now. Because this revelation that Akarui's team was the 3 Thunder Force commanders, and then now knowing what we think we know about Harkin, that opens a whole different can of worms.
Well,
It really does.
That's primarily what I also meant about prepped, because these upcoming interactions will no doubt get us to that degree we need to be to actually take them on.
Doing it again.
What do we
You're
challenge
doing the
first?
voice again.
And don't forget, you guys are only level 3. You still have 2 more levels to go up to and to find your skills even further.
Yeah.
Oh, it only goes up to level 5?
Yes, because that's where the campaign will end.
Ah. So what's the maximum level available of the whole system? Out of
There is
curiosity.
technically no true level cap when it comes to the Fate core rule set. I put 5 as the definitive cap for lore reasons.
Okay.
Your characters have already all reached the peak state, if it wasn't obvious. You have all been affected by this. You are now knee-deep in this shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that includes Suba's character, by the way. He's been here long enough to where that's going to have influenced him by this point as well.
Okay, so he would have already
Visited the
Been,
domains.
yeah.
I'm about to say, we could have met him at level 1 for all we know. He could have just
Could
been a
have,
background character at level 1
that's
for
what-
all we know.
I've always been here.
Yep.
Next thing you're gonna tell us that he's been here longer than we have, like decided to give us a hand to taking on the domain masters.
Well,
We'll figure that out in private.
we'll figure that out in private, because the next session is going to be his introductory session. I'm thinking what will happen is that he will appear to you guys once you leave King Akarui's office, and then we'll proceed from there to get him integrated into the group, and probably go down to the Brown Domain so Barry can do that challenge he wants to do, because honestly, I am really curious to see what you're going to do with that.
Well, I wasn't planning on doing that immediately.
Well, it's the first thing that's come up with solid things that we can do, because other than that, we've got Joseph, who needs to brush up on his island history, and Ignis, I'm not even sure what you want to do at the moment, but you've been going along with the group's overall decisions.
Miranda.
Well, other than seeing Miranda.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I will say as well, aside from needing to brush up on the island's history because of, the test to get the job, Joseph would also be interested in the grain domain because, well, aside from an old friend still lingering, which he has several questions about, he could challenge good old Mr. Funny Wolf
Thanatos.
dude over there. Yeah, Thanatos, if he's given the option.
And don't forget that while they are predominantly designed to be challenged to fights, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to fight. You can pitch the idea of an alternative challenge to them if you want to.
Yeah, that is a goal that I
Rock,
do.
paper,
that
scissors,
is
best of 3.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I
Funny as
just
that
made.
would be, I don't know who would accept that.
I just made the regular show pilot episode joke, and now you want us to do rock paper scissors?
I
God
feel
damn
like
it.
Conroy might.
Well, he's an intellectual type. He might be more interested in a battle of wits, if anything.
Be real
Hey,
here.
rock, paper, scissors is mind games.
Be real here.
Yeah.
Joseph, when bringing it up, would definitely test the waters to see just what they would prefer if not fighting. Because I don't think because despite as intimidating as Thanatos is, especially with his Regalia, I don't think he's the kind of person that does combat first.
Yeah, I might try my hand at Outagain.
Fair enough.
I challenge you to a duel.
The sad part is Yu-Gi-Oh! Would canonically exist in this universe.
There's your challenge of wits for Conroy.
Dude, could you imagine challenging Conroy to a game of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Okay, but then the monkey's paw activates and it's Duelist Kingdom rules, and he just is a better bullshitter than you.
Yeah.
No one's a better bullshitter than me.
Now, bear in mind that whatever the challenge is going to be, it's probably going to have to be locked into a skill challenge of some sort. So whatever it is that you're trying to aim for some of these challenges, you better be prepared to attach it to a roll of some sort. Otherwise, there's a chance they might not even accept it.
Fair enough.
Well, I mean, I don't know how well that went through considering what I said earlier, went through considering, my other earbud didn't fully connect. I wanted to try my hands at out again.
Yeah,
I heard you.
we heard.
Okay,
I'm
so that's
terrified at the concept because I feel like he'd fold your clothes with you still in them.
I mean, if you want to find out again, I'm curious to see what you can do there, Ignis.
I mean, I have a +5 in stealth. What could go wrong?
What do you think his skills are?
I don't know,
+6
but we'll find
across
out.
the board. I mean, okay, think about it logically. He's a blacksmith, so crafting is going to be far up on him, presumably.
Yeah.
And that's probably not something he's going to use in combat. But at the same time, he's got a big-ass fucking sword.
I mean, there's nothing saying you can't challenge him to a crafting competition to make a weapon like you initially mentioned in the first place.
Yeah, but ain't none of us got no points in craft.
Yeah,
Well, there is one player that has points in craft.
Is it
Suba?
Suba?
It's Chimo.
Oh, of course it is.
The one person who actually took craft and gave you that option had to leave the table.
Sad.
What would Shimo even use that for? Like, I'm just curious.
Honestly, I recommended it to him as an option because he didn't know what else he wanted to pick, and I'm like, it might give you a utility option if you pick it.
Why is Shimo weak to orange and silver magic?
Because of her ability where it leveled up and gave her resistance to pink and white magic, she had to take on the weakness as a definitive. If you take a look at Joseph's character, he's got a weakness to pink magic as well.
I have no weaknesses.
I'm pretty sure I only have resistances.
That's because you picked Will. They got theirs off of a unique stunt.
Fair enough. Dude, I have 4 resistances.
Yep.
Now, granted, 2 of them are only minor resistance because of rings, which means... What was it? I still take the status effect, but I don't take the extra damage, or was it the other way?
Other way around.
Other way around. No status, still take extra damage.
Yeah, and meanwhile, here I am, weak to water. Because
You can't
it makes
swim.
sense.
Yeah, but you also
You're
resist
weak
fire.
to water on an island. That sounds like a pretty bad
To be
deal.
fair, it's not like we can reach the shoreline of this island. The only time we see
Yeah.
water is if we go to the blue domain.
Yep.
Well, or like maybe
well-
the brown domain's hot springs.
Well, we're not taking you there anymore.
Well, no, we've already been there.
Yeah, we've already been there.
Yeah, the hot springs doesn't affect him too much because it's just normal water. Water magic is what he's weak to.
Oh, but we joked at the... No, not the blue domain. We joked at the yellow domain that he couldn't swim. He spent the whole beach
That's a
episode on
separate
the
issue,
bank
dude.
building,
That's a separate
building
issue.
sand.
Yeah, that's a whole other issue.
Okay, well now that just means we need to teach Ignis how to swim. Actually, Joseph, why didn't you teach Ignis how to swim? As resident second father figure here. Barry was off living his, reliving his, glory days, living in his house in Hawaii. Out there. Just-
Because fuck you, I was making sandcastles.
Am I the only one out of the 4 of us that got in the water during
Yep.
the beach episode?
Yep, you were.
Listen, we gotta have diversity. You're in the water, Ignester's doing his own thing, I'm building sandcastles. I don't recall what Chimo was doing, but...
Let's be real, you probably
She
weren't-
was exploring.
Let's be
Of
real, you
course.
probably weren't building sandcastles. You were probably building sand bunkers. Out there making a recreation of Dunkirk.
I was thinking Normandy.
No, shit. I
he-
meant Normandy. I said the wrong one.
It's fine.
He goes from making normal sandcastles and has the flashbacks and starts making something that you'd see in Wolfenstein.
It's like, here's the
This one's a
castle,
fake
we
fact.
make the walls, here's the enemy siege engine.
Here's the bunker buster. Here's the trench gun.
See, this is a fake vent. If they put a grenade in this one, it'll fall to their feet.
Oh,
And here's
God.
the big funny mustache twink at the top that I get to snipe off.
Why do you keep calling it a twink?
It
came from
started
the
because of me
Nazi.
calling Hitler an Austrian twink.
I forgot about that.
Even I had to do a double take.
Do you
but
talk
just
about this
stuck.
often, or?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was brought up the first time they met Conroy, and Joseph was talking about his interactions with Hitler, and Conroy himself called him an Austrian twink.
Dude, Conroy was the first domain master we met.
Yep.
I know, it's kind of crazy to think about. Who did we go visit after him? I don't even remember no more.
You visited Miranda after him, because you went to the mall.
Yeah, I went to the mall, which was advertising her fashion show.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And
Ignister
then-
got frisky with her.
That was
Literally
that was on
same
an unrelated period of time, but yes.
It was literally the
Yeah.
same day.
Yeah.
We went
Later
to
that
bed
day
and
is what I was
snuck out of the
implying.
house like a rebellious teenager.
Mm.
Good job. Yeah, no, we're literally just out preparing breakfast. Man, I wonder where Ignis is. And then he just walks in the front door like nothing's wrong. Right then, buddy.
Nowhere.
Right.
Except
Tell
that's
him-
not what you said.
Telling lies again.
God damn it.
Dude, that whole scene was so funny. Because you have
Honestly,
Barry
yeah.
being kind of teasing, but like accepting, you know, it's gonna happen. He's young, he wants to get out, you know, it's gonna happen. And then you have Joseph taking the bad cop approach. Start thinking with your head, and not that one.
Honestly, yeah. I'm gonna say this now, not because I want the views. Suba, you might want to sit down and actually watch through or listen through the original game sessions before this one. You might get a kick out of what happened.
Dude, it's so funny.
How many hours of content is there roughly?
Well, this is session number 14, and each session's like 2-ish hours long, so you're looking at about a full day's worth of content.
It's like any other like D&D campaign playlist. You will need to pace yourself, not unless you want to go full binge watch mode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a
Dude,
recommendation.
I miss binge watching TTRPG campaigns.
Well, hey, once
I
this
don't-
one's all
I
said and
don't-
done, you can watch yourself be stupid in this one by watching it from beginning to end.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. See, I only watched TTRPG campaigns when I was at work because I needed something to listen to besides music every so often. And I'm not gonna lie, there would be times I would go back to the pre-session combat tutorial-y
Mhm.
thing. And dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm fucking funny.
Yes, you
I
are.
was dying laughing.
There's a reason Alice thinks you're her personal favorite in the campaign.
I don't know what it is, but I'm funny as shit.
It usually
I mean,
happens
is
when
it-
you're having fun, which I'd like to think is a good sign.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah. Is it?
meanwhile, Joseph is like primarily serious or stern, but when he lands that joke,
Oh God.
It's the dry delivery that really makes Joseph's humor pop.
It really does. Let's be honest, this game has slowly turned from some meandering of a complete random group of gaggle fucks into an island they don't know anything about, into Grumpy Old Men, the game.
And
it turned into a Mike Judge cartoon.
Yeah.
I hereby declare that once I join the campaign, it won't just
nothing
be
will
grumpy old men.
change. I mean, to be fair, Barry's not a grumpy old man. He's a jolly one. All he's missing is like the fluff. You know that
I'll
like
show
Barry
you the
probably
meaning
did
of jolly.
events. You know Barry probably did like events dressed as Santa Claus.
Oh, most definitely.
Like he just needs the fake fluffy white
He's
beard
stealing my
and the
whole
outfit,
flow
and he's
word
got
for
it.
word, bar for bar.
Dude, my favorite bit that I remember doing in the session 0 combat, which is like, alrighty, I'm going to roll athletics. Let's see if I dodge this hit. And I rolled like complete shit. Just awful. I'm just like, that's gonna be a no for me, brother.
You got hit so hard. You had like 2 additional negative attachments to that. It was so sad.
Yeah, and then you inflicted me with Hollow, the status effect from Death Gray Magic. Yeah, I always get Death and Black Magic confused on their statuses.
It's fine.
And it's like, at the end of my next turn, it goes away. It's like, hey, and I'm, checking with you about the rules. Hey, since it's the end of my next turn, my Hollow status goes away, right? And you're like, yep, sure does. Oh, my will to live is back. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I'm just funny.
Well, I will also say Joseph isn't really grumpy per se. He's just trying to get acclimated back with people again, Chief. Especially after, the incident he brought up, or at least
Which one? There's been nothing but incidents with you.
Okay, or at least a hint of everyone he loved in his squad just dying, which he did bring up last session, and that did a damper on him.
Yeah, alright, you know what, fair enough.
Now, I'm gonna say this now, I am sorry there wasn't a whole lot of actual, dice roll-based roleplay, but with this being such an important...
No, don't even start that. This is a great session.
I'm glad. And Suba, now that you have the full in-depth analysis of everything that you needed to know beforehand, do you think you're going to be sticking around for the next sessions?
Yes, I will rejoin for future sessions.
Thank you.
He needs
and I will be contacting our artist immediately to get the last of character arts drawn.
Nice.
You should send them the sketch I did of my character. I think they'd get a kick out of it.
Before I forget, actually, I did have a message for Atlas.
Uh-oh.
Where should I send it? Fate chat or general chat?
General chat works.
What am I in trouble for?
Well, Atlas, the beta players have heard you.
Is Alice one of the beta players? Hold on, no, she'd be straight with me. Is Alice one of the beta players?
Yes, she is.
Oh no!
Hey, I stand by my shit talking. Come get some.
Oh no!
Come get some.
Oh no!
Better scramble like an egg before you get folded like an omelet.
I was a beta tester.
Alice is one of the beta testers in this game, and she and the other beta testers heard what you said.
If my first combat is against the fucking beta testers, I will kill you, Atlas.
It was me, Barry.
And they have a message for you.
What's up?
Challenge accepted.
Alright.
Atlas, what have you
That
done?
was a message.
Alrighty, who's getting suplexed first? Bring him to me.
We'll see. It just depends on what you guys do and how far you go, because I have the engagement pre-planned. I have everything pre-planned and written out. I am just waiting on a couple of character arts and a couple of details regarding character sheets to get straightened out, and then I will come to you with the challenge.
I can't believe you got us roped. Atlas, stop your fucking laughing. You roped us into a goddamn gang fight. What the fuck?
No, this is our chance to assert superiority.
We know
this is great.
We know nothing about these stand users, though. We don't stand a chance.
It's never stopped us before.
Oh my god, you saying that as I look at your character's sketch, it's like, who's the stand user? I don't know who it is, it could be anyone. The stand user.
Dude,
oh, this is gonna be so much fun.
I'm so glad I have such good friends to stand behind me and support me While I'm
No,
talking
go
shit,
fuck
I
yourself.
know y'all got my back.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Hold on.
We
Hold
met
on.
literally today.
Suma's like, I just got here.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna look for a game that pretty much describes Suba perfectly. Hold on.
Oh god.
We? Who is we? Nintendo we?
Fuck you all. I just got here. I don't know what you're all doing, but I'm out.
Yep. I love that clip from Community. It's one of the few things that have transcended media and just become a meme all on its own.
Hold on, guys. I'm gonna do a funny.
Oh god.
Oh god, he's doing it funny.
I'm gonna do a funny.
If he
I
makes
just
it
have to
funny,
find-
it'll be the end of all of us. No.
Oh my god, I had another image to go perfectly well with the stand user joke.
Yep.
Hold on.
I don't know
Okay.
what it is. This movie's such dog shit, yet this frame is so funny.
I don't recognize the movie, unfortunately.
It's from a very bad Christmas special animation that's 40 minutes long called The Christmas Tree. And, well, the animation...
Does it have Adam Sandler in it?
No. Thank
Damn.
fuck. But still, even without...
kind of slander here.
Even without Adam Sandler, Chief, well, we got this masterpiece out of it.
So I did my funny.
Yeah.
AKA, I'm being a shithead for comedic effect.
I think now is a good place to end the session. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah, this is probably for the
Probably.
best. Forget Barry. Atlas is going through his heel era right now.
Oh boy. Only knew.
Atlas, you're gonna get our shit rocked. You need to shut up now.
Oh, sounds like y'all need to invest in physique.
The best part is, you guys will have no idea who it is until it's too late.
Oh, hold on.
Sounds like y'all need to invest in physique, buddy.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, so this is reminding me of basically a Shadowverse duel in Flame, where it's just the previous protagonist against the current protagonist. I almost said antagonist. Another comparison. A Vanguard duel. Well, two Vanguard duels. Where it's like two previous protagonists against two current protagonists at the time. Like, and it happened recent, and one of them happened recently too.
Dude, Alice is still typing.
Oh yeah, no, you got her attention.
You.
The other people who heard what you said were literally walking by the TV that she has in the living room and heard. Turned their heads, looked up and said, "The fuck you say?"
Also,
No, I'm here for the smoke. Bring it on.
Barry.
Listen, just in case they're still listening, I love y'all. Y'all are great. I'm just going through my heel era right now. Come get some.
Barry.
Your backpedaling will not save you.
It's so bad. I'm calling him by his character name at this point.
I want nothing to do with this.
Listen here, Barry. If we get rocked, I will do the JoJo kick meme to you myself if I have to.
Dude, if the kick's coming from you, I wouldn't feel it.
Here's a funny idea. Why don't we all just jump Barry?
I'd win.
Listen, Joseph may not have physique at the moment, but he does have control options, so there's that.
Yeah, and how many of them am I immune to? I have 4 resistances.
This has been a phenomenal amount of fun. I'm glad I finally got all this lore out, and I hope it answered a ton of your questions.
I didn't have any questions.
Okay, you resist time, earth, wind, and water, or you have minor resistance to wind and water. I mean, I can still do weapon infusions, Chief, of any of those with...
Yeah. I'm just, you can't inflict me with any of those statuses. which for time is very important for you specifically.
I mean, I typically use fire, and well, recently I am dabbling in gray magic, so
Yeah, you've done a few time shots.
Thank you guys for coming to the session. I hope everybody enjoys watching it as much as we enjoyed playing it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.